Another episode.
Hey.
Another motherfucking episode,
Hey.
baby.
Portland Beaners.
Hello.
Hello. You've met Derek. I'm Hassan.
This is the other guy. This is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the other beaner. The main bean. You know what I mean? Son, you didn't come to Portland. It was a good time. It was great.
Possibly. Most likely.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We don't really know yet.
We
But
are
I'm
recording
assuming.
this the night before.
Hassan Ahmad, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good.
I heard you saw some fast. You had a very fast and furious weekend.
Yes. So before we get into whatever the movie is this week, we gotta talk about
Oh,
last
the reason
week's movie.
y'all are here. Oh, also, real quick, shout out to Time Tunnel Shirts. Time Tunnel Shirts. They sent me this dope shirt, and it has silly, goofy stuff on it. I love it. It has the motherfucking Star Trek nigga, and it says, use the Force, and then hair. It's just all, and then Gandalf said it. It's all the wrong things.
Right.
And I like it.
And they use the Star Wars font for Harry.
It's great. Mm-hmm. I love it. TimeTunnelShirts.com. Time Tunnel Shirts. They have great shirts. Look them up. They're really cool. And thanks for sending me one. And send Baba here one.
Yeah. Send me some stuff.
Send Baba one. He'll love one as well, guys. Hassan,
Yes.
you had a Fast and Furious weekend.
Okay, so this was my week. Fast and the Furious wise. You described the first Fast and the Furious movie to me. I'd never seen it, obviously. Then I watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Woo! I've seen it too. Awesome.
Then I watched the Fast and the Furious like I was supposed to.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see how this franchise started to where it ended up.
To where it's right now.
Yeah,
Isn't it
yeah.
crazy? Because to see where, that's why I was glad you saw Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Right after you saw the whole beginning.
Right.
Because it really puts it into perspective.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh wow, this franchise is awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really fucking is.
You know, yeah, it's a dick flick, total dick flick. Man, the cars are fast. The
Wait, we're talking about Hobbs and Shaw and
everything. Cars are fast. The action is cool. The women are hot, and nobody can act. It's the best. It's the best. It's all you can ask for in a movie for guys. It's a guy movie. You know what it's like? It's like when I was playing with cars and I would just pretend to be in chases everywhere.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's just that, but like in a movie.
Yeah, and like sound effects and crazy
sound effects
flips.
and Idris Elba. Yeah.
Like your car can do like a million flips, bro.
Yeah.
And land.
Yeah. Oh, and keep going.
Yeah.
And keep going.
Yo, dude. Yeah, but what do you think of Fast and Furious before we
Fast and Furious
talk about
is-
Hobbs and Shaw? Because we'll dive into all of it.
Oh, I mean, it's all a thing. It is funny to be like, oh man, this is like when they try to take themselves a little bit more, like not like completely seriously, but a little bit more seriously.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of serious elements in this. They tried to start in a real place.
Yeah. The street racing. It's crazy how it went from just straight line drag racing to like now they're going through skyscrapers and like
Catching helicopters.
driving on water,
Oh,
like
man.
just wild shit. You know,
But it started with just they had Nas, fool.
they had Nas and they would just go straight, and that's it. And you know what? Everyone who used the Nas first always lost.
Yeah, clearly, it was just about timing of the Nas. It wasn't even about racing. It was
Yeah.
like, dude, where's your timing?
Yeah, and obviously time it later. Wait till the other guy uses the Nas, and then you use the Nas.
It's like a game of chicken.
Yeah.
Who uses it first?
Yeah.
You know? Golly, that was the movie could have just been summed up as don't use the Nas too soon.
Yeah. Nas second. Yeah.
Anything I missed?
Oh, the police guy, the guy who plays the sergeant, not the black FBI guy, but like his sergeant or captain or however the fuck police works. Bro, that's Buffalo Bill.
That is Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck me.
I recognize his voice immediely.
God, I forgot about Buffalo.
Favorite actors.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy he's in that movie.
Yeah, he's the sergeant.
Yeah.
He's like the sergeant who likes Paul Walker.
Right, and he's like sort of on his side.
Yeah.
And clearly the FBI had nothing, so there's no reason to take out Johnny Tran. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Yeah, what do you think of Johnny Tran?
Oh, you mean Alex Duong? When I think of Alex Duong, that dude looked. Guys, look up. There's a comic named Alex Duong. Look him up on Instagram, and then look up Johnny Tran and tell me they're not the same exact person.
I bet Alex thinks that's a great compliment because that guy was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It was interesting to me the way like because as a kid I remember this movie being so different than watching it now as an adult.
Yeah.
Because I saw it in theaters with my friends as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I seen it as an adult now. I mean, I've seen it a bunch of times in between, obviously, but
Right.
it just really put into perspective
well, what the fuck is this movie?
Yeah, what the fuck is this movie?
Yeah.
Yo, my nigga, when Vin Diesel and them catch Paul Walker breaking into the garages,
Right.
he's a cop.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, you're a cop.
Right.
I'm not. You're a cop.
Yeah.
What's your excuse? You're checking all the things to see. Shut the fuck up, my nigga. We're killing you right now because you're a motherfucking cop. He's a cop. Yo, they take him to like another garage and they see some,
Because they're trying to do the same thing. They're like, ooh, this is actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Terrible idea.
it didn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
None of the movie makes any fucking
the movie makes zero
when the
sense.
white guy he loses his race and then he leaves and then he comes back and then they kill him
Immediately.
Immediately.
But it's like Johnny himself who killed
Yeah,
him.
niggas
Not
like,
one of his
what?
shooters.
And then it's a car chase for this, and it's like it's like this. I can't believe this movie was a humongous box office hit. I guess I was watching that going, bro, this is crazy. And not only was this a huge hit, but they were like,
It's
all
a
right.
cultural phenomenon.
They were like, we're gonna sign. Where's the next one?
Yeah.
They wanted immediately. They were like, where's the next one?
Yeah. Nobody in this movie can act. Nobody. Dude, Paul Walker's a terrible actor.
It's and yo,
He's just
20-year monster career.
Yeah.
20-year, and I mean, look it up. 20-year monster career. Dude can't act.
Yeah.
Can't. And been in good movies. He's been in movies that I like, bro. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Right, but he just can't. I mean, I
Whoa.
like Fast and Furious, but he just can't do it. He can't do it. Vin Diesel can't act. I love it when they're trying to be serious and the music pull comes in the back. Every single time, it's like, this is hilarious. Just trying to be sad or trying to be like, it's all about my family or I got ADHD or whatever the fuck.
Yo, when that nigga said he had ADHD and they pulled the camera back,
And it's playing the sad music.
like he said his mama was a crackhead or some shit.
Yeah. Like, you didn't have that tough of a life.
You just think a lot or whatever.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah. Oh, ADHD is bullshit, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a way to sell medication to children.
Yo, bro.
They need money.
They need money.
Hey,
Everybody need money.
Hey,
Everybody need money.
you're 6 and you can't pay attention to stuff and you have a hard time focusing. Yeah, you don't have ADHD. You're 6.
You're 6.
You're 6.
You're 6 and you just want to play.
Yeah, you're 6. Parents, stop giving your kids medical grade meth because they're 6.
Yo, they be doing math.
Yeah. It's legit meth, bro. These kids are going to have like holes in their brains the size of who knows what in the
Oh,
future.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be turned up.
Yeah, dude. Adderall is scary.
It's going to be an interesting place to do comedy in 15 years. America.
Hopefully the world will be over by then. So.
Not if we got badasses like Hobbs and Shaw are saving our ass.
Saving our, yeah.
Those guys
I would
are
love to see
awesome.
Hobbs and Shaw take on the environment.
Who knows what they're taking on in the second one? I mean, they set up a sequel.
What's funny is this is massive spoiler alert, I guess. If you still haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, and are like, but like, so the whole point of Hobbs and Shaw is that to save the world from a virus, and they set up the second Hobbs and Shaw as they have to save the world. But this time, the virus is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grant you, this virus that they save the world from has the power to take out the size of New York in like a week or some shit like that. Take out New York in a week. So this next virus is even worse than that.
Yo, taking out New York in a week. Could you imagine? We're talking. How many? Is that 1 billion people?
No, New York? Jesus Christ. No, it's 8 million.
That's 1 billion people. You kill 8 million people at once, bro. You killed 1 billion people.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
8 million at once? That is.
I mean, it's over.
It's crazy, like when because you're right, like the virus can like take out like half the population in this way. You know, it's like, bro, you know, if the virus could only take out like Lincoln, Nebraska, that's still crazy. That's enough. Like that's enough to get people motivated.
Yeah.
Yo, it can take. People are like, it'll take out 2 planets.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's crazy.
How about The Rock is Samoan, but his name is Luke
Luke Hobbs, baby. Usos.
Yeah.
So what? Yo, that movie, bro. It's crazy to watch the first one and then to be on Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
First one came out, motherfucker. I think 2001. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, what a franchise.
Yeah. Genuinely one of my favorite movie franchises.
And you just saw the first one.
And the first one, I mean, he confirmed it from me even. I was like, yes. This doesn't make as little a sense as the other movie does.
No, it makes a little more sense.
It makes
Isn't
a
that
little
weird?
more sense?
It makes the movie makes no fucking sense.
It makes 0 sense. But the fact that it makes a little more sense means like, I see the building block. where you
Yeah.
guys were like, which way can we take this franchise? And they were like, oh, let's just take it in the complete nonsensical route.
Yeah.
And it's way better for it.
It is
It's
dope.
way better for it. I like every move they've made so far, except maybe shoehorning in Kevin Hart. You didn't need that.
Oh, and Hobbs and Shaw, they didn't need to do
You
that.
didn't need that. Give someone else a shot. Give someone else. We get it.
Yo, well,
Kevin Hart, The Rock,
our
Jason
friends.
Statham.
I was about to say, we get The Rock,
Yeah,
Kevin Hart, you like each other.
Yeah. Give someone else a chance.
Yeah, just do another. You're already doing Jumanji, guys. Just,
Yeah, right? Right?
But I get it though. You know what? Also, it's like I like hanging out with my buddies too. I do. I'm on some real shit. I like hanging out with my buddies too. I like hanging out with my buddies. I do. That's why people take out on the road. You take out your friends.
Mm-hmm. I like hanging out with my buddies is a good tagline for the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Oh yeah, I like hanging out with my buddies.
I like hanging out with my buddies.
What
And that's the Fast and the Furious.
up?
Beaners, this is your intermission right now.
Before we get into the episode you are here for, really quick, thank you for listening. We
Yes,
love you.
We do. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes.
Please rate and review. That stuff matters. We could use the help, and we would appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it.
Tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it. You keep going back and listening to old episodes. That's
Yeah.
how we know you love it. We appreciate that.
And follow us on Instagram at Spoil the Beans, and then you can find our individual Instagrams. We're linked on everything. Follow
Derek
us from there.
Poston, Sanamad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Greg Scamato for making our theme music. If you want some more samples from him or maybe help from him, check out gregcanhelp.com.
Yep.
Yeah. And now back to your future presentation.
What up?
What
What up? We did it. We're back. We came back. We almost didn't.
We always do. I don't know what he's talking
I
about.
almost did.
Nope. Always do. Let's plug some dates.
We got dates. Beaners, please come
Dates,
out and see us do
dates,
stand-up
dates,
comedy
dates,
because
dates.
that's what we also do and that we're best at.
Yes.
So we are going to be with the great legendary Pauly Shore in Palm Springs on August 24th. That is a Saturday, August 24th at Palm Springs with Pauly Shore. Me and Dangerous Brown will be there.
Right.
And the next day, August 25th, a Sunday, we will be in Brea.
Yep.
So any Brea Beaners that we got, please come back out and fuck with your boys.
Yeah, come out again.
You'll see different material and it'll be a good time. So come back out. That is August 24th with Pauly in Palm Springs, August 25th in Brea. Then the Thursday of August 29th, I will be with Ali McCoskey at the ACC Comedy Club in San Diego. That is Ali McCoskey, who tours with the great Joe Rogan. We will both be co-headlining the ACC Comedy Club August 29th. That is a Thursday in San Diego. Asan, me and Dangerous Brown.
Yes.
You want to say that? Say this
We will
one?
be
September
at the
12th?
Ice House September 12th with Brendan Schaub. And then September 14th will be a Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Do you know the venue?
We do not know the venue, but,
But, I mean-
we'll have that on the next episode.
Yes.
But if you're in Bakersfield, just know we're coming to your way August 14th. That is a Saturday, my friend?
September 14th.
I'm sorry, September 14th.
That is a Saturday.
That is a Saturday. Bakersfield, come on out.
And real quick, on September 4th, I will be at the Santa Monica on the Pier. There's a show on the pier. At the Santa
If you're
Monica
a
Pier.
Santa Monica beaner, please come out, fuck with your boy Dangerous Brown.
Yeah.
And then Houston and Comedy Denver.
Later in September.
Later September, we're coming your way. Houston beaners and Denver beaners, please come out later on this in September. So now that that's done, hey,
Yes.
we're working. Suck our dicks if that took a little while. We got dates now, bitches.
Yeah. Remember, people, when we had no dates? We have
Yep.
dates now.
Wait till we get more, and wait till they're spoil the beans dates. That's when you guys will really be happy.
STB dates, baby.
So, Asan,
STBD.
you ready to do the episode? The reason they're here, they came.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
You guys came.
Why not?
We appreciate that you come.
I guess. Fucking let's do it. Ugh.
And it suck. You know it's gonna be a movie you haven't seen. It's not like you know that at least.
Yeah, and I don't know how heavy it's gonna be, and it might be like a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hope it's a comedy. I always hope it's a comedy, just because it's like I don't feel bad after comedies.
You ready?
Yes.
Might be a comedy. You tell me.
I don't think so.
It could be in your version. You tell me what you think
I
happens.
don't think you're gonna follow Fast and the Furious with another comedy. I know that wasn't a comedy, but that was a comedy.
That was not a comedy. That
Yeah.
was an Oscar winning franchise. Hassan, can you tell me
Mm-hmm.
what you might decipher as happening in the film that you've never seen?
Mm-hmm.
The Rookie.
Huh. It's about baseball or boxing. It's a sports movie for sure. There's no. I mean, it could be a cop movie, but I doubt it's a cop movie. It's the only two things it could be. I'm gonna go sports movie. I want to say The Rookie is the one where like I've seen like the video of the movie where the guy hits the ball into the lights, but that also could be The Natural.
You want to tell me what happens in The Rookie?
I'm working my way backwards here. Relax. Give me some time.
Give him time. Give him time. He's
All right.
writing a movie on the spot.
So, it starts with a guy who is like a great baseball player. Maybe he's young. Great baseball player, and he's bound to make the majors. And then he does some stupid shit, like he commits a crime. You know, because he's hanging around with some bad kids that his parents warned him about.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, right? It's just they're like childhood friends. You know, you can't see it. You're just the kid.
Yeah,
and then he ends up in like jail for a little bit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That got intense. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he ends up in jail for like a couple of years. Or maybe 5 years for
Damn.
robbery of some shit. And, you know.
Did he do it?
Yes.
Ooh.
And he is just in jail. It's him sort of redemptioning story himself, trying to be a better person and still all while playing baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he finally gets out.
Okay.
He's older now. There's very little chance of him making it. And it's just him, and you see him working hard, and maybe a relationship that fails.
With a girl?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they're not. They're whenever this was made, it was definitely not two dudes.
The two gay dude base.
Well, two dudes is now time.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, so I'm assuming this isn't now time. I could be wrong because I don't hear about a lot of movies, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is not now time. And then finally he makes his big debut in the major leagues.
Oh, wait. How does he get to the majors?
He works hard.
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's a big gap. You can work hard at something.
Yeah, it's just working, failed relationships, failed relationships, and then he's
Texas Rangers? Like, so he goes working.
Yeah, he gets picked up by a minor league team after he goes to like an open tryout for a minor league team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because in my head it's like, wait a minute. So he's working hard, and then he looks up and he's on the Cardinals.
Yeah, and he still can pitch or whatever.
Okay.
And he's a pitcher now in my mind. And then
Okay. And then he hits the home run into the lights, you said?
I think that's The Natural. I want to say that's The Natural, but who the fuck knows? Actually, a lot of people know, but not me.
But that's your Rookie.
Yeah. He ends up, making a major league roster, and that's how it ends. Him running out of the dugout.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With the team.
With the team.
That's awesome. I like that ending.
Nice.
That's a cool
Yeah.
ending. The shot. I see the shot. It's
Yeah.
From the dugout angle.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Crowd.
Oh, beautiful. Don't know what movie you described.
The Rookie. You asked.
It was awesome. I thought it was awesome, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
You ready to hear The Rookie?
Yes. What is that look? This is weird. That's weird.
I was thirsty.
Okay.
This movie made Sam cry her motherfucking eyes out. This movie made me cry. This movie is one of my favorite movies. It's a Disney movie.
Okay.
And it's the shit.
Okay.
Slow music plays. Disney logo. The Rookie.
Woo! Yeah.
We start right immediately. There's a story told
Oh, okay. It's like this.
in Big Lake, Texas.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting you in there, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a story of West Texas oil. And there was a man who thought it was right beneath his feet. He just knew that this land had oil. But in this story, no one believed this man. He pitched to every financier he could, every person with money. No one believed that was an oil-filled land. So he took it to two nuns. And these two nuns, they believed him. And they invested all the money they had on this priest. On this gentleman. What's
Right
up?
now, it just sounds like a Disney version of There Will Be Blood.
Right?
Yeah, so right
You're
now-
like, where is this going, dude?
Yeah. And then the kid's son got deaf, and he really stopped taking care of him.
And then the man fell in a hole. And
Yeah.
it was the most graphic fall you've ever seen in the
and
beginning of
then-
a movie.
And then he murders someone in a bowling alley he has in his house. And that's the that's
And
the
that's the rookie. And that's the story of the rookie. What rookie? What was he a rookie of? That's what wait a minute. Was he a rookie of oil?
life. He was
Oh,
a
just
rookie of life. Yeah, dude, don't murder people in your bowling alley.
Oh, come
You
on.
have
Just play ball. Just bowl.
You have a bowling alley in your house.
So much fun.
Yeah, God, what a great movie. Anyways,
So these two nuns, they invested all they had.
those good old rich nuns.
Nobody knew the nuns kept so much.
They answered my question right away.
The priest, they show the nuns walking through the desert, like, right? The priest, well, he tried to get his money back from the nuns. It wasn't necessarily all theirs. The priest, well, he talked and he talked and he tried, but at the end of the day, it was too late. The money had been invested. He sighed, he shook his head, and he offered one piece of advice. He told the nuns, bless the site with rose petals and talk to the saint of impossible dreams. Well, those nuns blessed that field. They show the nuns, they're blessing it. They're throwing all the rose petals. And then one day, they got the company running,
Right.
and they show all the people there, and like now there's oil rigs set up, right? And while they got the company running, and while those workers waited for that oil, well, they did one thing. They played baseball. I knew you were gonna love this, dude.
Yeah.
I'm also about to fuck you up.
Yeah, baseball.
Hassan loves baseball, guys.
Baseball.
Baseball goes zoom, zoom, zoom. Did you guys know baseball goes zoom, zoom, zoom? So they played baseball, son.
Right.
Hell, so well, they went pro. And I'm talking about during the era of the legends. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, real baseball. They show the oil players, right? And they're all playing. They're like playing on a makeshift field and they're turning double plays. And they're like really good.
Right.
Clearly really good. Old school gloves with the old school stick bats, And he goes, well, I've heard that story a lot and most people in our town have. But our little town got blessed again one day. And then the ball goes up and it comes back down. Poof, a little kid catches it and he's in the snow. And he's talking to himself. Jim Morris, bottom of the ninth, World Series. I think you're gonna love it, dude. Come on.
I love that. That took me back to me being a kid.
Oh, come on, baby.
The amount of World Series I won.
Dude, first off, I only played in the World Series.
Yeah.
I never had a regular season game.
No, of course not. Of course not. This is not about baseball, but when I was young, I would play football against myself. Like in the backyard.
This is a joke of yours.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was just a story I told. It never really ended up being a joke. But yeah, I would be the 49ers, and I would play a full season all the way to the Super Bowl against myself. And every year we went 18-1. We always lost the game because in my mind it was unrealistic
Well, yeah, you're not Mike
go-
Shula.
to go undefeated. Even in my fantasies, I was like, let's keep this part realistic.
We're not the Dolphins.
Yeah, 18-1, man. And every time it would be like, we'd be on the game-winning drive, and then I would go for a throw, and then like
And
me,
miss
who was
it.
the star receiver, would be like, "You're off my hands."
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
No, I would do that sometimes. Sometimes I would play basketball against myself, and I'd get stolen.
And you'd lose, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Made it way more fun, especially for the rematch game. So, the kid's talking, right, and he throws a fucking heater.
Right.
Kid catches it, pow, and he's like, damn, man, don't throw so hard. It's freezing out here, right? He throws it back, and then he throws another heater. Pow! And the kid's like, dude, I'm leaving. He's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going home till spring. I'll see you then. He's like, oh, come on, dog. Come on. You just started, right? The kid leaves. Right then, his parents are like, Jim, honey, come on in. Your father and I need to talk to you. His father's a dick. You can just tell if he's like dressed in military garb,
Okay.
and just you can right when you see him, you're like, he just doesn't look like a good dad,
Yeah.
like a fun,
No.
nice guy.
He's the type of dad that places all his hopes and dreams on his kid. One of those types.
Well, so we'll see. So he tells him how, son, we're moving, blah blah blah. We're moving. I got stationed somewhere else. We're leaving now. And the kid, he's like, you have no say in that, because the kid's like, oh, but dad. And then the kid's kind of pissed. And then it cut to they're moving to Roanoke, Virginia, right?
Okay.
He's outside. He's pitching in the rain, nonstop pitching in the rain. He's a kid still.
Damn.
Yeah, they let you know, but they let you feel it, bro. That's why the end, like you feel for like the shots are beautiful, by the way, unreal. Whoever directed this killed it. He's out pitching in the rain, pitching, my long montage. Then his parents, Jim, we need to talk to you. It's just like the same shot as before, and he's like,
moving again?
Now they move again. He's a military kid,
Right.
So now he's bouncing around his whole life. So now they're in Hollywood, Florida, and he's on the mound. He's at a game and he's pitching, and he's looking for his folks in the stands. They're not there.
Oof,
All
rough.
right, yeah, he's a beast though. Strikes out a bunch of kids. They win. Right. He rides onto the military base. He's got his uniform on. He goes to see his dad. He walks in his office. His dad doesn't even like look up. Like he doesn't even like, you know what I mean? He doesn't
Yeah,
even like acknowledge
acknowledge
that the door opened and someone came inside.
Right.
So he goes, "Hey, Dad, I had a good game." "Oh, did you?" "Yeah, Dad, I had 13 strikeouts." "Did you win?" He's like, "Yes, sir, we won." "Good." He just goes back to work, right? 13, bro. Did you hear that number?
That's a lot of strikeouts.
That's enough for you. I would be like,
That's half the team.
I'll be like, "Oh shit,
That's
man, I
half
should
the
probably
outs.
come watch you."
Yeah.
You're like really good.
Yeah.
13?
13. That's half the outs on your team with strikeouts. Jesus.
You had a fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, by the way, son," because the kid's quiet, "just found out we're gonna have to move again." He's like, "What? But Dad, how soon?" A couple weeks. It's in West Texas. They want me there. It'll be 3 weeks." But Dad, we still have half a season left." "Well, can I stay with the Johnson?" "No, you're not staying with the Johnson family. We move as a family. You know that." Kid gets real sad.
Right.
He's like, "I don't have a choice in this, son." Kid's real quiet. "What kind of baseball do they got, sir?" "They don't." He goes back to work. Kid's like, "What the you know?" And he's like, "Well, I hear they actually might be starting summer ball there next in a couple summers here." The kid just takes off running, and the kid takes off running.
Dad doesn't give a fuck.
doesn't even look up.
Yeah. Great dad.
Great actor, by the way. You recognize him. You seen X-Men 2?
Been a minute.
Oh, he was in a lot of that. He was Stryker. He was like the bad guy.
Okay.
He's like the bad guy, and his son's a mutant, and that's why he's a great actor. And then he's been in a lot of other stuff too. But I always think of him in that role.
Yeah, his son is the kid with the angel wings.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's X3, isn't it? The angel wings.
That's X3. Maybe
Yes.
I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. The dad.
Yeah,
Because he's in both of them, I think.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But he's like a villain government guy in those. But he
No,
plays
it's technically still a villain.
yeah, he's
guy in
he's
this.
still a villain government guy in this. You're right.
Yeah.
Plays a great actor. You watch it, and you're like, oh, because he's believe him. You know what I mean? Like, damn, his dad sucks. You know, because not that he doesn't love his son, but it's just like
A harsh dad.
harsh, man. So they're driving through a real small, shitty town in Texas, right?
Right.
You recognize the mom too. She's in so many like sitcoms and shit.
Okay.
They pull up to the house. They're unpacking, and he's looking. And he can't find. He's like he's saying his socks. He's like, can't find my socks. I can't find my socks. Where's my socks? And the dad's like, well, get you some new socks. Stop worrying about it. And the mom goes, honey, his glove was in the box with the socks. And he goes, and he's looking, and then the dad looks at him. He goes, will you quit moping? And he grabs him. He's like, there's more important things than baseball. Help get the stuff out the car. And he walks in, and the kid's just takes it, you know?
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
So he goes and, yeah, you feeling for him?
Yeah. Yeah. That's his baseball glove. He's like, how do you not, like, that's the only thing your son does.
And he's good at it, man.
Yeah. How do you not even, like, let him look?
Let him for a second.
Yeah.
Or at least let me care that I left it.
He's just bitter. A bitter old man. Things didn't work out his way.
Let's look at his son. Foreshadowing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. So the old man, he goes into a general store,
Right.
back in the town. There's some old guys up there playing dominoes, right? And then he's like, hey, can I get some help? And then they're like, oh, we got you, young man. How can I help you? They're like, I'm just looking for socks. And then they intro him to the other old guys because they're really nice old guys. You know, general, you tell a small town, so they're real nice. And they're like, haven't seen you here before. You new in town? And he's like, yes, sir. I just moved in today. They're like, oh, well, welcome to Big Lake. What's your name? He's like, I'm Jimmy Morris. He's like, oh, well, how's it going, Jimmy Morris? Nice to meet you. And then he's looking around the store more and more, and he doesn't say anything. The old man's just kind of watching him smiling. He goes, son, I've kind of been at this store a while, so I might be able to find what you're looking for. And he's real quiet, and he goes, you got any baseball stuff? And the old man goes, well, no, this is more of a football town here, Jimmy. Now, if you're looking for football stuff, I got tons of it.
Right.
Texas,
Right.
And he's like, kid gets real sad. He goes, well, but you know what? I do have an old catalog here, old sports catalog. Maybe we can look through that and find me some baseball stuff. And he smiles and he goes in the back. That moment where you're like, oh, I like this
Yeah. Oh, good old guy.
good old general store guy.
Right,
You
yeah.
need that guy in the town.
Yeah.
And so the old man tells him, so he goes, you want to hear a story? And then the old man starts telling him the nun story. And Jimmy's like, and then it fades out, right? But it's the story right from the beginning.
Okay.
And it goes now. Jimmy, he's on the magical nun field.
Right.
And he's like,
the magical nun field.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's like a big deal in the town.
Right.
You know? And
Right.
he's like digging into the mound, right? He's just digging into it and he's like looking at it. And then the camera moves up and then it moves back and it's Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
He's grown up.
Okay.
So Dennis Quaid
How
is the
old
lead in this.
How old is Dennis Quaid in this?
Dennis Quaid is Dennis. However you like,
I'm picturing him as an old guy.
40s Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
He's in his 40s.
That's kind of old.
He's old. No, he's old.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
he's not young. He's not
Right,
young.
right.
So that's what I mean. Imagine, however you see him is probably the Dennis Quaid. That's the accurate Dennis Quaid.
Okay,
He's
okay.
like definitely in his 40s.
Okay.
So
So I'm seeing the correct Dennis Quaid.
yeah. So but great shape. Don't get me wrong. Looks incredible.
He's a Hollywood actor.
Oh yeah.
Leading
So,
man.
He's
He's
still
got to be in shape.
all right.
Unless it's a story about fat people.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So he's digging the mound, then he stops and he takes a deep breath. He kills this movie, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and there's grass. It was dirt when he was a boy, and now it's all grass.
Right.
All right. But the oil and all the oil stuff is now old and run down. You can tell it's not used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he's driving through the town, and he goes to a high school, and he walks in, and there's a bunch of other teachers there, and he's talking to the other. He's a teacher too. You tell he's got like khakis tucked in. He's got his
Okay.
bag.
Okay.
And he's talking. He's talking to the counselor, and the counselor's what's the room called where the teachers?
Teacher's lounge?
Teachers lounge. Yeah, you know what I mean. Teachers lounge. The place we never could go, but always what was in there.
Yeah. I don't even know where my teacher's lounge was in high
Really?
school. No idea where it was.
Always knew. I had to find out. Middle school and high school, I knew.
Yeah, they're probably just all just doing drugs and fucking in there. Probably, right?
Either that or using the vending machines. But yeah, one of
Right.
those.
They're probably just doing drugs and fucking.
Yeah, or the vending machines.
That's what happens in teachers' lounge. They fuck and do drugs.
Yep. So the counselor comes out.
Who's been in one?
I've been in one. Middle school though. Never went in the high school one.
Really? How'd you get in?
The middle school one?
Yeah.
Oh, I would lie and say a teacher. I was going because there were vending machines were in there, and so I would lie and say, "Oh, coach, a guy named Coach Carter." I'd be like, "Oh, Coach Carter sent me in here to get like chips for him," and teachers were always like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. So
And I
they
would
just
get chips.
they just weren't.
And only-
fucking and doing drugs
I got
with you.
caught once, and then I got paddled
You got paddled?
for that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You got
Like
paddled?
six licks with a fucking wooden plank.
They still did that at that time?
Yes, sir. Memphis, Tennessee, dog.
That's still.
What do you mean it's still? It's the South.
I know.
I don't know.
it's
I
out.
think they still do it, dude.
Oh, they still paddle?
Maybe if they did, it just ended. If they stopped, bro, that shit was in the late 2000s.
Yo,
if it ended.
paddling to me is like 1950 shit.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Paddling was my whole middle school.
Wow. That's
I was in
hot.
8th grade when this happened, not 7th. I was in 8th or
That's
6th.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's-
Well, the teacher who did it, she was gay. So it was really hot. She was a lesbian
yeah,
woman.
Yeah, and then she had like the rubber mask and like the gimp suit.
Well, no, I had the rubber mask.
Oh, yeah, you had the ball gag. Yeah,
Well,
dude,
yeah, paddling.
yeah, middle school in the South is weird, huh?
It's just different.
Yeah,
Different education.
yeah, it's
Education is always different in
That's
different
true.
places.
I didn't mean to say it's weird. Sorry, Southern listeners. Just wear those ball gags.
So he's a counselor comes out and she grabs his butt and they kind of flirt for a little bit, right?
Oh, get
And
a
then-
little counselor action.
Yeah, and then he goes and he teaches science. Right? He's a science teacher. So later that night, he's at a diner with his son. His son is like fucking 5, 6 years old. His son is the kid from 2.5 Men.
What's his name? Like Angus Breslin or some shit like that?
I don't know his name, but yeah, but the kid
Yeah,
from 2.5
Spencer
Men.
Breslin, I think.
You recognize him
Yeah.
immediately because it's that kid.
Yeah.
But he's like a kid. He's like a fucking baby
Like
in
a,
this.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this is what, mid-90s?
No, this is early 2000s. Early 2000s. Yeah.
Okay.
So the old men, they're talking at a bar, right? While at the bar while they're at the diner,
Right.
And they're arguing about Jimmy and how he could have made it if it wasn't for the 4 surgeries. He was this close, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And he's just kind of eating, talking to his son, ignoring it. But it's the old guys who love him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're like, right there, right, Jimmy, you would have made it. And then he just kind of just yeah, and then he
Yeah.
leaves, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of ignoring it, like obviously you don't want to talk about that,
Right.
You know, probably you don't want to talk about that. That's probably the one thing you might want to talk about. Probably everything else but that. So him and his son are leaving. He goes, "Daddy, your arm ever hurt anymore?" "Not in a long time, bud." "How long?" "Why you want to know?" "I'm just wondering." He goes, "Well, it never hurt in high school. Then it went to junior college and it didn't hurt there. Then I got drafted and I don't know, just started hurting." I know, right?
Well, yeah.
It hits you hard way because
Yeah.
that's just some people's career, bro. It ain't even their fault. It's just
Well, it's like the reality is at a professional level of any sport, your body really isn't meant
it's a ticking time
to,
bomb.
to do any of that.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what makes great players great is like that's a freak of nature. If someone plays like any sport for a long time, it's like you're a freak of nature because the normal person's body isn't meant to throw a fastball at 90 miles per hour.
No.
And so
To do it for 15 years is like,
yeah, if you're like that's insane.
yeah.
That's insane.
Because to do it for 1 or 2 years to make it to any major sport for a second is like
It's ridiculous.
insanity.
Yeah.
So like I said, to last in it, you're an absolute freak.
You have to be. You have to be because none of your body is built for none of the things professional sports requires for you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's across all sports.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tennis.
probably only in curling is where.
You know what? Probably even curling.
Even your knees, yeah, and
Your knees and like this action of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sweeping
yeah.
is probably really
In your
bad
shoulder.
for your shoulder.
God, hilarious.
Yeah,
It's so hilarious to talk about that.
Yeah, but you can still be fat in curling. So.
Oh yeah, you can have a little weight on you.
Yeah, but you can have a little weight in baseball, and that's not good for you really either.
Well, even golf, dude. If you do anything enough, it's just enough on those joints, doing it over and over and over
You're
again.
destroying some shit.
You're doing something bad.
Yeah.
You know, baseball also because you're not supposed to. This motion is not good for you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
to do it forever,
For constantly. Constantly.
you know, it's definitely bad. But I like that when he said it to his son because it was so real, even though it was a way to say it to your son to explain it. You know,
Right,
like
right.
sometimes shit just.
Things don't go your way. That's
Yeah,
life.
and there is nothing, no explanation. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just-
started hurting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now you know you're just. I started throwing one day and it didn't hurt, and then the next day it hurt.
And life just starts to figure it out. It'd be sort of like if one of us got like a debilitating jaw injury.
Yep.
We'd have to be like, oh, dude, we have to rethink our entire life.
Whole life.
Whole life.
Whole life.
Whole
Yep.
life.
Damn, bro. So then that's some shit. So late that night, he's pitching against the fence. Like it's
Right.
his family sleep. He goes out and he's just throwing against the fence, and he's perfect for this role, man. You just believe it because he's just so stoic, you know. So he's married to the counselor lady. He goes to bed. The counselor lady that was flirting with him,
Yeah.
grabbed his ass. They're in bed together. They're married. They also have a young baby daughter and like another daughter that's a little younger than the boy. So the young baby wakes them and they're talking about whose turn it is, and they're talking. And then it's the next morning. You see the football field, right, for the school. It's beautiful, immaculate, like Friday Night Lights. You know what I mean?
Right.
Football field, just
Right.
perfect. And then the camera keeps panning over the baseball field, and it's just dirt.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's not even a baseball field.
Yeah.
It's literally
Not
dirt
so-
with the angle, with the cage.
Not so magical now, are you, nuns?
Different baseball field.
Oh, okay.
This is the baseball field. Remember they don't play baseball in this town. It's a football.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
football town.
Yeah.
So-
well, fuck those nuns anyway. I don't know. It's so funny to me to be mad at the nuns.
It's so weird. So they don't have they show that the team is just they don't have enough gloves, they don't have enough equipment. The baseball team gets absolutely no funding.
Right.
But clearly the football team
It's like king shit.
funded.
Right.
You know? So they the kid at first base is the nerdy kid from Fast and the Furious.
Really?
How crazy is that? That wasn't on purpose and shit. That was just me going, oh shit!
Yeah, it's that guy. That guy.
Back to back though. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah. Do you
in
think
Spoil
he
the
makes-
Beans history.
Probably not. But
That's the first time we've ever had a character back to back movies. Back to back?
is it the first time?
That's the first time on Spoil the Beans history, unless I'm wrong. Anyone, please prove me wrong.
Yeah.
You prove me wrong if you can think of it.
Yeah.
That we've ever had the same character, same actor in a movie back to back. Literally the next movie.
The Kid and Jack and Little Giants. We didn't do those back.
Those weren't back to back.
Okay.
That's what I mean. In back to back, that's the first time this has ever happened.
Okay.
I'm very positive.
Okay. I'm gonna look through. I'm curious now.
You don't believe me though?
I think it's possible we've done this before.
A character back to back.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We've done characters, of course, multiple times.
Right.
Back to back, I don't think so, man. Especially not a main character.
Well, I mean, I don't know right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
You don't know what?
I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so I'm gonna go ahead and say you won this.
Yeah. I've also been here for all the 80 of the episodes as well, so
Yeah.
I'd have a good gauge on it too.
All right.
So it's him,
Mm-hmm.
the second baseman, Chavez from Friday Night Lights.
Okay. Wow.
And you remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
And then you haven't seen Coach Carter, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You seen Coach Carter?
I've seen Coach Carter.
The kid with the afro and Coach Carter. He's the kid who makes all the threes. He has the attitude. He's the third base. Like, he's the pitcher in this.
Okay.
Okay?
The attitude guy, the one with the cousin who dies.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
What
in
are
this
you
as well.
afraid of?
Yeah. What fear? That's him.
What do you fear? Yeah.
He's in this as well.
Okay.
All right. So after practice ends, the catcher is a different character. He's trying to convince the coach to throw to him. Coach doesn't want to. He's like, come on, coach. Come on, just throw me one time, man. I just want to see what you got. Please, just throw me one. And the coach finally does it. And his little son is like, his little son's like so excited, like, come on, Dad. He's like, all right. So he throws to the catcher and he barely throws it at all. And then the coach is like, Coach, come on, bring one, man. And he's like, I promised too many doctors. I can't do it. And he's like, come on, coach, please. You just give me one. And then the little kid's like, Dad, bring the heat. And he's like, he smiles. And then the catcher's like, feed me, coach, feed me. He digs in. No, yeah, right? Great shot. Digs in too. He shows him digging in the feet. Throws a fucking
Heat.
Cow! You hear that mitt, that pop, right? And the catcher goes, Coach, where did that come from? Coach smiles like, whew, I forgot how good that sounded. That pop, that does sound good, bro. And that catcher's mitt, pop, is like, oh, you got some gas behind you. So he starts pitching for real, and this nigga just at one after another, gas, slow-mo, great shots, just heat. Catcher can't believe it. He's like, what the fuck, So afterwards, him and the coach were talking. He's like, Coach, how fast do you think that was? And the coach's like, oh, it wasn't that fast, trust me. He's like, it just looked good, sounded good, but it wasn't that fast. And he's like, man, I don't know, that was pretty good. He's like, well, you got to promise me you're not going to tell anybody, son. Catcher's like, all right, I promise. And he's like, you too. He looks at his son's like smiling. He's like, I won't tell Dad, So as they're leaving, the janitor stops him. He goes, hey, Coach, I can tell you why the baseball field has no grass. And he's like, why? And then they go back outside and he cuts the lights on. And there's a bunch of deer eating all, like, what would be grass coming up. You know what I mean?
Stupid deer, dude.
Always. And then it's like, hey, get out of here, you fucking idiots. And they don't move. And he's like, oh, fuck. And he's like, well, this explains why our field looks like shit, And then the guy tells him, he's like, yeah, they like seeds. He's like, deer like to eat the seeds of grass. He's like, that's why the football field looks great, because it's already grown in. So that night, he's with his wife and he's drinking, and he tells her, he's like, hey, I threw today. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I threw. She's like, how hard? He's like, pretty goddamn hard. She's like, okay. And he's smiling really big. And then she gets kind of like hesitant.
Right.
And then he's like, if it hurts, I'll stop. I'll stop if it hurts. She's like, okay, promise? And he's like, yeah. She's like, okay. And she leaves. All right. And he's like, he's like, but still like,
right.
Happy. Like, fuck,
right.
I threw. So the next day, he calls the boys to huddle up at practice. Right? He's like, hey, we're going to do a little BP. We're going to do a little batting practice today. So Chavez is up first. And he throws one. Chavez literally hits it over the gate, and he starts talking shit to the coach. And the catcher looks at the coach, and he like winks at him. And he's like, and Dennis Wade kind of shakes his head. And the catcher goes, oh, come on, coach. Come on. And the coach smiles. And he starts digging in, right? And Chavez is still talking shit. Fucking, wow! Throws heat, right? Pop! Team goes, oh, shit! Everyone's like, Coach! And like the Chavez just freaks like, Coach, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, wait. And then the catcher goes, just wait till he warms up, guys. And he throws it back. And then the dude from the Coach Carter movie, he's just screaming, ah! Ah! Like he's literally just screaming like that, right?
Right.
And then the team's laughing. And they're like, all right, Coach, do it again. He's like, no, I'm not doing another. That's it. And then like he doesn't do it. Like he throws another one and it's all soft again. They're like, oh. And then they show the one dude again. He's just like, oh my God. Oh my God, Coach. Wow. Because I would throw you the fuck off. You saw your coach throw real heat.
Like professional level heat.
You'd be like, whoa, nigga. So later that night, the old man tells Dennis Quaid he can cure the baseball field. I got a way to cure it. He's like, how?
Rose petals?
He goes, you give me 3 weeks. Can't practice on it. Got to practice somewhere else. I'll have the field greener than Dublin Island on St. Patrick's Day. And he's like,
is this janitor black?
Okay. Huh?
Is this janitor black?
This isn't the janitor. Janitor was Mexican.
Okay.
This is the old man.
This
is the old man from the general store.
Okay.
So the boys, they have their first game.
Okay.
All right. And they lose. The kid with the afro strikes out. They lose the first game. Mm-hmm. Team looks all down. The old guy, next day, he's sweeping up a bunch of hair at a barbershop.
Right.
The old guy, he's getting all this hair together, pretty much like the scene from The Town. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Okay.
All right. So at the next game, the kid with the fro, he's
God, that'd be
pitching.
great if they robbed Fenway Field's grass.
You don't know. Hold on here.
Yeah.
Well, they're in Texas. I like how you said Fenway still.
Well, it's
Keep it honest in the town.
We gotta. It's a callback for God's sake.
So the kid with the fro, he's
Yeah.
pitching.
Okay.
And he gets smashed. He's getting rocked.
Right.
Just getting rocked. You know, and his head's down. They're down 10-0.
Jesus.
He's getting his ass kicked. Blue, time. Dennis Quaid runs out. He goes to make a pitching change. He's like, you had a good game, Rudy, but not today. Kid puts his head down. He kind of jogs off. He looks around at the rest of the team, like to see who he's going to call in the pitch. None of them are even making eye contact. Like they're all like they don't want to even be there. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're all
Right.
like, oh, fuck this. I don't want to get smashed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So cut to the end of the game. They lose 13-3.
Okay.
All right. So
Bad game.
Bad game.
Yeah.
So he's talking to them after, and he's getting on them for quitting, and he's like, he's like, you quit on me, and what's worse than even that is you quit on yourselves. It's like you just quit in the middle of the game. You didn't even want to be there, you know. And he's talking about how the school's talking about dropping the baseball program. They don't even need it, you know. He's like, and let me tell you something, guys. Most of you, you're gonna live in Big Lake forever, and you're gonna work at Big Al's Tire Barn, or you're gonna work on the oil rigs, and you're gonna get a wife, and you're never gonna leave here. And that's okay. I'm not judging that. I did that. It's an okay living. I'm not mad at that. But if you want something more, you better think about how you're going to finish this season, because that's going to equate to how you're going to finish your life. You know? I get that. Finishing hard.
Yeah.
You know? So he goes, one of the kids goes, but none of us are good enough to even get a scholarship, coach, so what does it matter? He goes, you guys are talking about that. I'm not talking about college. He's like, I'm not even talking about, getting scholarships or going to college. He's like, I'm just talking about having dreams, working hard, and wanting to finish something in life, you know? And then the catcher goes, yeah, but what about you, coach? He goes, what about me? He goes, coach, every time you throw, I have to ice my hand. He's like, I don't have to do that with anybody else. He's like, that's crazy. And he goes, what are you trying to say? He goes, well, he said, I think you should want something more, coach. And he's like, man, look, guys, I had my chance, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't know. And then Chavez goes, coach, that's just the way you see it. We don't see it that way. And he's looking at him. And he goes, guys, I had my shot. All right, enough of that talk. We got practice tomorrow. That's it. Let's go. And then they all don't move. And he's like, look, guys, I don't throw hard enough. All right, it's just facts of the matter. I don't throw hard enough. Let's go, boys. And then one kid goes, what about if we win? We win, you try out again. And he's like, last time I checked, guys, major leagues aren't looking for science teachers. And then the catcher was like, last time I checked, science teachers don't throw like you, coach.
Ooh, good line.
Great line.
Good line.
And he's like, well.
Like, imagine making a whole movie out of just those lines, and then you have Fast and Furious.
That's why a good movie, a movie line is always great.
But you gotta
use it when it.
A movie line is like the race card.
Yes.
You gotta play it right.
Good call, buddy. I like that analogy.
Yeah, it's like because you know those guys that play the race card all the time.
It's not even a card anymore.
Yeah, stop playing your race card, Vin Diesel. Well, you gotta, that's what we call people who use their race cards too much. They're Vin Diesels.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, just fucking, it's like, bam.
When you use it,
When
it
you use
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah, when you use it well, bro. When you use it well, that shit.
It makes you because you just went, ooh, all right.
All right.
Because you're right. He does throw hard.
Yeah.
So coach goes, well, boys, it's going to take a lot more than one win to make me go make a fool of myself at a major league tryout, you know? Mm-hmm. And then they go, what if we win district, coach? We win district. We make it to state playoffs. What about then? He's looking at him, and they're all like, he's like, you guys serious? They're like, yeah, coach, dead serious. We're dead serious. He goes, all I got to do is find a tryout somewhere. And they're like, yep. All right. Ah! They go nuts, right? He's like, but you got to win district, boys. You got to win. And they all, they're just ignoring him. They all walk off, right?
Right.
So driving home, this is my favorite scene in the movie. He passes a speed thing for cars. You know what I'm talking about? The thing that lets you know how fast you're going.
Oh, and he throws the ball past it. All right.
He stops. He backs up. The shot's him passing it, right?
Right.
And then it stays on that, and then you see his car backing up. Like, I love those kind of shots, you know? And then he's looking at it, and then a country song starts playing, dude. right? It's really country song starts playing. And then he grabs the ball, and the country song is like starting to get a little louder behind him. And then he throws a soft one past it, and it just says 42 miles an hour. And he gets super excited because like it works, right? And then the song starts playing, and the song's like, it goes, stuff that works, stuff that holds up, stuff that makes you feel good.
Do you know who sang it?
I don't know, but I loved it. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, stuff that holds up. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I thought it's just every time it always makes tears me up because it's just like the song fits them up like, oh, bro, stuff that holds up, stuff that still works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this nigga's an old dude, bro.
Yeah.
And he's, what?
It would be great. That's why I want to know if this was by Tim McGraw, because his father is a Hall of Famer pitcher.
Yeah.
So
Could have been. I don't know.
It would fit the
The
vibe
voice
of the movie.
doesn't sound like Tim's. Sounds a
Okay.
little more
Older.
Yeah, like a little way more of an older song. But I
Okay.
could be wrong. You know?
I mean, I don't know how Tim McGraw sounds, so I'll trust you.
I think he's had a little more poppy just going off the Nelly song.
Oh, that's true. I replay over and over.
You see what I'm saying?
again. I replay-
This sounded more like some Willie, like a nigga with some heart.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cause it's all in my
Head.
head. I think about it.
So he starts to stretch his shoulder, bro. The song's building up. He grabs his glove, he digs in, throws a motherfucking heater. 76.
Ooh.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
Goes to get the ball. 96. But he already walked. He didn't see it. So it's 96 for a second. Goes black.
Okay. Okay. Good movie. Good. That's a good.
Great
movie
shot.
Thing. That's
Oh,
a great movie thing.
Come
Yeah.
on, right? The
Yeah,
shot of
yeah.
that. Because you see, and that's why this is quite the stoicness. That's why he killed this role. Of just he didn't have to say much. You should see it in his face. Just that, bro. And he walks right by, and then that 96, and then goes black. You know what I mean? Real quick. It's just if you don't look at it, you'll miss it. Like if you glance,
Right.
you'll miss it. So the cut to the old man. He's spreading the hair around baseball field, right? All the human hair, and he's saying how deer hate human hair. Apparently, that's a thing.
Yeah. It's helpful to know in the apocalypse, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. If you need grass, yeah, deer hate human hair.
Yeah.
If they're still deer after the apocalypse.
Wow, that's fair. And if you can get just human hair like that.
Yeah, I don't know. People might be bald as fuck after that move, bro.
Yeah, I take that back. It's really a useless fact to know.
So the boys, they go grab coach from class after a couple of days, right? And they show him there's a little bit of grass growing on their field finally.
Right.
They're pumped. They're losing their minds. The little boy, cut to the little boy, his son is ringing a bell outside the house. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. And then the dad's like, Dennis Quaid's like, maybe he's just not home. He's like, he's home. He said he was going to be home. Ding dong, ding dong. His grandpa answers. Dennis Quaid's dad. And he's
Right.
like, oh, you know? And he's like, oh, hey, get in here, Hunter. Hunter's his son's name. He's like, oh, good to see you. His grandpa. You can tell he's different relationship now.
Good
you know what I
grandpa.
mean?
Yeah.
Hugging him, loving him, you know? And he's like, Jimmy? And you can tell their relationship. He's like, sir, you know? They walk in. He's giving Hunter a B-Day gift, birthday gift. And it's a big glove. I didn't know if you knew what it was.
Yeah. Thank you for clearing up B-Day.
Because yeah, you looked at me like, you know.
Oh, what's
you
that?
didn't- Yeah, and I was like,
I've never heard of that
son,
before.
B-Day.
B-Day. I'm such an
And I
immigrant.
felt bad for her. I was like, I wrote B-Day too.
Yeah. I'm such an immigrant. I had no idea.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
So he gives him a glove.
Big glove. Look, Dad, no fingers. Without even looking at it, he goes, it's because it's a first base mitt. Right? And the grandpa's like, is that wrong? I'm sorry. I have the receipt. I'm sorry, Hunter, I'll get you another one. He's like, it's okay, Grandpa. I like first base. And he's like, you know, and he's like,
Like a little kid, huh?
of course. You know, and he's like, can I go outside and play? And his dad's like, yeah, you can. And he's like, well, what do you say? And he's like, thanks, Grandpa. I love it. And he gives him a big hug. He's like, thanks, Hunter. And he leaves. He's like, you're welcome, Hunter. And then his dad, he's looking at the wall, and he has some awards hanging up, right, from when he's a kid, baseball stuff. And he's like, didn't know you had these. And the granddad hops up. He's like, oh, yeah, your mom gave me a few. You know, I was lucky enough to, you know, be able to hang them up. And he goes, yeah, she would be the one to have them, wouldn't she? And he walks off. And the granddad's kind of like, changed the whole tone of this, didn't it?
Right.
Put a little heart into it.
Trying to maybe make up for the past.
You feel, that's what I felt from that scene.
That's what it feels like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From that scene, I mean, that's what you leave because you just feel, and he's just even trying to connect with his son, even just like, and you can tell, and he knows he fucked that. You feel he's a good actor too, so you can feel all that
Like,
emotion.
I kind of fucked
up.
this relationship up.
I kind of fucked up. So the cut to, they're at a big party now, big birthday party for his son at his house, and everybody's there.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Whereas he just went to, so his son could see his granddad, but everybody else was invited to the house.
Okay.
All right, so his mom's there with her new husband and that, you know what I mean? Like everything else. So him and his mom go to take a walk. You know, the party goes on and they go take a walk. And then the mom's like, I heard you went to your father's today. And he's like, yeah, mama, I did. And then he doesn't say anything. And he goes, you know, he's just trying to be a good grandpa. You know that, right? And he's like, oh, well. And then she goes, oh, you just got his stubborn side now, didn't you? That's him. You know that when you act like this. And he doesn't say anything. He goes, well, what you want me to do? Pretend that everything was perfect? Huh? That he just was the greatest dad, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, you know you can't blame him for everything. Can't blame him for everything, son. It's been too many years, all right? Let it go. You had your shot at baseball. You got hurt. You're going to hold that against him forever? You know? And then he's like, oh. And he doesn't say, he goes, well, why didn't it work out with you two? And she looks down the street and she goes, son, we're going to need a lot longer street for that talk. And they go back to start walking back to the party.
Good line.
It's a great line. So they're practicing in the gravel yard, the baseball team. And the boys are all complaining, and coach gets sick of it. He's like, we're doing batting practice, right? You guys, because they're all complaining about how they hate the gravel thing that they're practicing at and not on their field. So he's throwing softies to them, and they're hitting them, and they're complaining. And they go, Coach, if we're going to ever start winning, we got to see some real pitching, man. Come on, Coach. And the coach finally smiles. They're all complaining, and coach smiles, and he throws a motherfucking gas. And his son's like, yeah! His son's like loving it, right? And then, bro, it just a big montage of motherfuckers swinging and like swinging their helmets off. They can't hit them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just can't hit them. Finally, Chavez fouls one off. And the team goes, oh! Right? And he goes, Coach, I got a piece of it. And he goes, all right, you did, buddy. Now, why don't you get the whole thing on the next one? And then he throws another one. And then it's Chavez hitting a double in a real game. Like it cut to, he's hitting a double in a real game. You know what I mean? And the team is kicking ass. They just win. They start winning games one by one. They're just showing the scores of games and them like winning.
Just like offensive powerhouse.
Oh yeah, they're just all of a sudden hitting the ball and they're playing better defense.
Yeah.
And it's a montage: practicing, winning, turning double plays, hitting home runs. Cut to in the paper now. The Owls have won 5 in a row.
Ooh.
All right, so they're looking good. He's hanging up the clippings on the news of the newspaper, like on like the team bulletin board. You know what I mean? So they're winning more. They're now fighting for a district title. That's what it says on like one of the clippings, right? They're celebrating in a locker room. They're going crazy, right? And then he goes, He goes, I know, boys, it's amazing to win this many in a row, isn't it? They're like, yeah. And he goes, but what I care about is tomorrow's game. Let's finish this, boys. And then they all go, stay. So while they're all chanting, a guy comes up. He goes, can I talk to you now, Coach? And the guy in a suit, and he goes, oh, absolutely. So they go into the office. Chavez sees this, and he kind of goes, and he just watches him and Coach talk for a second.
Right.
And Chavez is kind of just like, what's going on here?
Right, something's up.
Cut to him and his wife, they're in bed. They're debating. He got offered a job to coach at a bigger baseball, like a higher district, like a District 5A team in Texas.
Right.
Pays way more, bigger school, all that stuff.
Right.
All right, but they'd have to move. So him and the wife are debating it. You know, and the wife wants to move. She's like, oh my God, we need this. We're broke. You know, we're hurting twice the money. You know, you'll be coaching better baseball. It's everything you want. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity. And then he's like, oh, I know, but you know, I made this deal with he's like, I made a promise with these boys and he goes and just, you know, a lot of them are only sophomores and juniors. Most of them are coming back and they're a really good team. And you know what I mean? Like now he's like, fuck. Like,
yeah,
we turned it around. So he doesn't know what to do. The wife's
clearly like,
what
duh.
she wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Owls now have a super nice baseball stadium. Just beautiful. It's green, looks great, right?
Right.
He's giving them a speech in the locker room about how the last 3 years, the Big Lake, Texas Owls have won 1 game. 3 years in a row, they've won 1 game. This year, gentlemen, we won 16 games. But gentlemen, we need 17. Any questions? Coach, Chavez, you coming back next year? Whack, that's Chavez's name in this movie, but let's call him Chavez. Okay. Chavez,
all right.
Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about this year first. All right, gentlemen? Everybody's like, yeah. He's like, all right, hats off. Let's pray. Chavez kind of still like, Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Right.
So they are playing the team in the beginning of the movie that beat them 13-3.
Ooh,
All right, that's what they're playing.
revenge game.
Games, it's packed.
Yeah.
Stands are packed. It's like, let's not. And then the coach is like this. He's like, let's not be nervous out there, boys. And he's clearly nervous as shit.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, voice is shaking. So they're playing the team. The team is called the Roughnecks.
Nice.
Literally the other team's name.
That's nice. Yeah, that's an oil thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just crazy to see it on
yeah.
a baseball uniform.
Yeah. Well, that means that's the nickname of your fucking high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Roughnecks.
The East Texas Roughnecks. Sounds or whatever the fuck. That sounds kind of badass. Actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Their uniforms are kind of cool.
Better than the fucking Pioneers. That's what we were. The Cupertino Pioneers.
We were the Purple Wave, and I loved it.
Yeah. Well, you had a cool mascot.
Yeah, you had a big
Yeah.
wave with a six pack.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's literally a tidal wave with a 6-pack.
He's got jacked arms too.
Yeah. Ours was just like a guy.
So
Who was kind of old.
yeah,
Yeah. He was like an old tough guy, but like still old. He wasn't a tidal wave. That's for sure.
yeah, tidal waves a lot.
Yeah.
Well, the Roughnecks, they jump out to ahead 2-0 real quick, like first inning.
Ooh.
All right. But the Owls start playing better after that.
Okay.
All right. They start immediately playing better.
Limit the bleeding.
A guy hits a triple. The kid with the afro bunts him in. It's now 2-1.
Okay. Small ball. I like it.
Oh, I like it too.
Yeah.
A guy makes the most insane catch ever to rob a home run. I mean, when you see it, it's like, oh, it's a legitimately dope ass fucking catch.
Right.
Because he hits it with the thing and then catches it with his hand.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've robbed a home run once in my life. And it's
Really?
the greatest. Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, right on the thing. On the net. In a game. Middle school.
How
One of
jacked
the
were
best
you?
feelings ever. Huh?
How jacked were you after that?
Unreal. We lost that game too. It was a fucking great game.
So okay. How does that feel? When the game is done, how are you feeling?
I threw a tantrum, and then my dad made me run after the game until it was dark, and then he whooped me when I got home
Why'd you throw a tantrum?
because we lost.
Really? But what was the tantrum like? Like what?
We lost on a mistake from someone else.
And then you.
I was
shit
so
up.
pissed because I was the pitcher, and I was a pitcher, but I wasn't pitching that game, right?
Okay.
But normally I pitch, so I wasn't pitching that game, so I was in left field. So I was making great plays, and in that game I fucking hit a home run, and I think I went like 3 for 4.
Okay.
I just had a fucking
You
game.
just had a game, right? And then some.
And I robbed a home run, and then we
fucking
lost
guy.
because a guy fucking dribbler. A fucking dribbler threw his legs at shortstop.
And he Bucknered it.
And I fucking threw the glove and threw a bat, and my dad, but a valuable lesson. I never acted that way again after I lost. Valuable lesson learned.
Yeah. How long were you running?
Till dark. So it was dark.
How long is that? Do you remember how long that was?
My nigga, let's see, school got out at 2. Game probably started at 3:30. Game probably ended at 5:30. It's probably dark by like 7. So like an hour and a half maybe.
Whew, damn. That is a lesson. That is for sure.
Yeah. I could run that much then though. That was crazy. The running wasn't that bad. It was the beating that was the way worse.
Yeah, and the fact that it's kind of like
It's embarrassing. Everybody, yeah, because I mean, my team, everybody's watching me run. The other team and the fans leaving the stadium, I'm just running.
I like that. That's minus the beating. Hey,
A lot of character line.
great punishment.
Yeah.
Great
You want to punish you want to get a motherfucking athlete to act right? Do that.
Yeah.
Do that. Great lesson learned that day.
Well, I'm glad we went down this tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they score. You learned a lot about Ricky Poston, didn't you?
Yeah,
a little bit. You learned a little bit about Ricky Poston.
Poston, but that
Just
one
learned a little bit more.
Yeah. That I was like, oh, he knew what he was doing.
Okay, you're like, besides the beating.
Besides the beating, that was pretty
I know,
good.
it's funny because like I learned my lesson after the running.
Yeah.
The beating. Looking back, Dad, you were good.
Well, clearly.
You had me already.
Well, clearly,
I learned it.
from the paddling story. It seems like that's a regional thing.
You just get beat for mundane stuff.
yeah. For using the teacher's lounge, they paddle you.
Threw a glove in a bat. But you know what's funny though? Teacher's lounge is like, but to throw in the glove in my bat, I was like, yeah, I deserve that.
Yeah, that if you got paddled,
No
for
character.
that makes sense.
What do you mean?
More so than going into the teacher's lounge. You know?
Oh, really? No, I feel like way more going to the teacher's lounge because that's like a rule. No students in the teacher's lounge. It's like says it on the door.
Yeah, but you gotta admire a cheeky bastard like that. You're like, I can't believe you tried
She
that.
did not.
Yeah.
She did not think it was cheeky. She thought it was deserving of a paddling.
Yeah, it was this one time that I caught these 18-year-olds at the store,
Yeah.
and they were in. And the only reason I caught them is because I was backdoor, and they just like nervously like all right, let's go. You know what I mean? Just like something's up. So I checked their IDs and they're 18.
Yeah.
I remember I shook their hand and I was like, how long were you here? They're like, for 2 hours. I was like, congratulations on making it this far. And then they left.
Yeah.
And then I beat the shit out of them with a paddle. But
That would be a Memphis story.
Yeah, that would be the Memphis story.
Yeah, but no, I feel like looking back, it was way more of
I mean, in California, that would not happen for sure.
yeah. But it's way more of a school I guess because it had something to do with the school. That's why I get the paddling thing because it was
Okay.
just that was school rules like that. Just paddlings were a part of you know what I mean. Just like lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know you're looking at it crazy, but to me it was like no, nigga, that's just
Yeah.
like it was school.
Right.
You know, so paddlings, and then that's why I was like I don't know. I always thought that was way worse than. But the throwing the temper tantrum after a game, I always thought was just way worse on an athlete level, but not on like a level of like you should beat that kid. You know what I mean? Like yeah, punish him in a way of like you don't play him the next game, or you know what I mean? Or you make him run after the thing. Like yeah. But look like even like now, if my son did that, I probably wouldn't beat him.
Right. I don't know the rule book to beating kids, but I don't know.
Would you beat your son if he did that after a game?
No, I never got beat. So
No, I'm saying that's why I'm asking. Regardless, it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with like just for the offense. I'm talking about the offense of what I did.
No.
Probably just punish him in the way my dad punished me, right?
Yeah.
In
And
some
then- and then-
athletic way.
Yeah. And then maybe some other way of just like, oh, you can't play. You know what I mean?
No
Just
video games.
for a
Yeah.
week.
Taking me your phone. Yeah, I see what you're in another. Yeah.
Just really think about what you did.
Yeah. Because that was some out of line character shit.
Right.
A good lesson learned though. Keeping your cards close to the chest. You know. So
he makes the catch.
he makes a catch.
Right.
And they're up at bat. Whack. Chavez smashes one. They score 2 runs. The coach is trying to stop the Jesse kid, the Fast and the Furious kid. He goes anyway.
Oh, he
and
keeps going?
Keeps going. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, what?
Crazy. But he
What?
scores.
What?
But I felt the same way.
What typecasting?
Right?
Yeah, he's just the guy that keeps going. I bet you auditioned for Forrest Gump.
Probably.
Yeah.
So they're up 3-2 now.
Okay.
All right. Rudy, he's pitching and he walks the kid. Bases are now loaded. They have 2 outs. A beast kid walks to the plate. They announce how this kid was the MVP of the district last year.
Ooh.
All right, as a junior.
Ooh.
So he throws a ball, almost takes him out. Ball 1. Throws another ball. Strike 1. Throws another ball.
I love umpires.
Smashes it. Foul ball.
Attention.
Everyone's cheering.
Attention.
Everyone's cheering. Now this scene got me choked up because it's just he's looking around and he's fucking like he's nervous, and then the whole town, come on, Rudy, you got this, Rudy, you got this.
Oh, his
Rudy, we
name
can
is
win this."
Rudy?
His name is Rudy.
Do they start chanting Rudy?
No, they don't chant Rudy.
Okay.
But everyone in the team, they go like one by one, all the players on the team. Rudy, it's your moment, baby. Rudy, you got this, bro. We believe in you. You got strike him out, dog. District, we got this, right? And he's like, fucking strikes him out. Team goes crazy. They charge the mound. Owls win. Owls win. Owls win. They charge the rest of the mound. Everybody's jumping on him. The Chavez and the coach are hugging. They're losing their mind. Cut to them in the locker room. They're blasting music and they're all having like a dance off. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
just dump Gatorade on themselves. They're all soaked. They're all just fucking dancing, having a good time. Rudy calms everybody down. Everybody calm down, calm down. Grabs the ball. He walks over to the coach. He gives it to him. They all signed it, the whole team.
Oh, that's.
It's your turn now, coach. They all line up, one by one. They tell him it's your turn, coach. He's trying not to cry the whole time. Oh, I get you. Yeah, he's just.
This is like the.
Oh,
scene in Rudy.
that scene. It's that
Yeah.
scene. They're just one by one. It's your turn now, coach. It's your turn, coach. You know, one by one, bro. So they're all, and he's just like, yeah, that's your face right now.
Yeah,
it's exactly how he looked. Was that he killed it too? Because he looked exactly like that. Because it's like, oh wow, he must have felt that in that scene. Because that's
Yeah.
exactly what you feeling right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Assuming.
just like-
You know, like damn, these guys are good guys. These are good. This is a good group of high school guys. You know what I mean?
It's a good team.
It's a good team.
It's a good team.
It's a good team. That's why that Notre Dame coach sucked.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because how did he not feel what you're feeling right now?
Right.
Of like these, I got a good group of guys,
Yeah.
man. I got a really good group of guys. This is a special group. They're gonna make a movie about this kind of group one day. You know what I mean? Because that's what kind of group that
I'm
is.
gonna be an asshole in the movie.
Yep. You dumb fuck. Who is it? I always remember his name because it was him.
Yeah, Coach Dumbfuck.
What's his name? Was it Dan
Dan?
Ratner?
No. I was gonna say Dan Booblets, but I don't think that was.
I don't think it was Dan Booblets. Might have been.
Yeah.
Let's call him Booblets.
All right, Dan Booblets. Fucking
that guy.
Dan Booblets.
So, he's taken down all the newsletters. It's like little times go by, and he's taking down all the newsletters, right? And it's all the newsletters from when they started winning,
Right.
to when they won district, all the way to when they lost in the state tournament, like in the semifinals, 6-4.
Okay.
Right, so they made it that far.
Yeah.
Which
Pretty
is
good.
amazing. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
unreal.
For a team that won 3 games in 3 seasons.
That's
amazing.
unreal, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
We won district first off. It's already crazy.
Yeah.
So he pulls that down, and the next newsletter, he looks at it a little longer. It's a tryout for the Devil Rays. It has a date, and on it says, "It's your turn." Love this team. Don't you? Oh, come on. You got to love this team, dude.
Right.
So the next day, he's talking to his wife, and she's telling him how she's got to go do some things. She's got to run a bunch of errands, blah, 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 but she'll be back later tonight. And she's like, you're okay watching the kids? He's like, of course I'm okay watching the kids. She's like, all right. Well, she's like, well, if you decide to go anywhere, make sure you take them and don't forget any of them. And she, he laughs. He's like, I'm not, right? She leaves. He looks at his kids, and he packs them all up, 92 miles till wherever, Florida.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Or wherever, Texas, for
Texas.
tryouts.
Yeah.
He gets there. He pulls up, and he's like, overwhelmed because it's just a million kids.
Yeah.
And right. And then the son is like, look at all the players, Daddy. He's loving it. Right. And he's just like, he's got his kids with him. So he goes out and he's waiting in line to sign up. And when he gets up to the booth to finally sign up, one of the coaches recognizes him. You know what I mean? Because he's been a player before who got close.
Right.
And he's like, oh, Jimmy Morris, right? He's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, man, so great to see you. God, you had one of the best fastballs I ever saw back in the day, man. You were such a great pitcher, blah, blah, blah. I saw you win a game. He says some game he saw him win, you know what I mean, right before he got called up. And he's
Right.
like, you were great. He's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, well, did you bring some kids besides your babies here for us to watch? You got some young talent we need to see, some high school boys? He's like, because you're coaching high school now, right? He's like, yeah, I am, but I brought me. And they're like,
What? Why would you do that?
what? Yeah, they're like, oh, exactly. They're like, oh, okay. And he's like, yep, sure did. And he starts signing up, and they're like, oh, well, all right then, Jimmy. And they walk off right like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck's going on with this guy?
Yeah.
So, cut to, he's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, right? And we watching trials going on for a whole day. You can tell it's been the whole day trials been going on. And of course, everyone's amazing. They're all trying out for the Devil Rays.
Right.
All right, so they're all incredible. So he's playing with his daughter, and after a while he's playing, he's changing diapers, and he finally, they're showing all the pictures. He's not watching, but they're throwing it all in the high 80s, low 90s. So where they're all kind of ranging around,
Right.
So he tells his son finally, he's like, look, son, we waited long enough. We got to leave. And he's like, but Dad, you haven't even done anything yet. He's like, well, son, if they don't want to look at me, I can't, we got to go home. I'm done waiting. We got your baby sister here. She needs to go, we got to feed her. I got to get you home, He's like, all right, so we're leaving. And the kid's like, oh, but Dad. And right then they're like, Jimmy Morris, you're up. And he's like, and the kid's like, right? And he's like, all right, give me 1 second. So he finishes changing a diaper and he puts his way. They're like, come on, Jimmy, come on. We got a lot of time. He's like, all right, just give me a second, right? And he's like, watch your sister. Stay right here. Do not move. Watch your sister, right? And he runs out and they're like, all right, you need some time to warm up. And he's like, you tell he's like distracted. He's like, no, I'm good. And they're like, you sure? And he's like, no, I'm fine. And they're like, don't hurt yourself, right? They toss him the ball. He's like, yeah, grabs it. So he looks down, and the coaches are like, whenever you're ready, Jimmy. Digs in.
God, the digging noise on the carpet.
What?
Ugh, gives me shivers every time.
Yeah, because it makes you feel like you're there.
No, I just don't like that. Yeah,
That's that sound. That's that sound of the dirt.
of the dirt.
You ever? Well, you don't. You never.
No,
play
I don't know.
baseball. You play baseball though. You on the mound. They don't have mounds where you play.
No, not for slow pitch softball.
There's not a mound though.
No.
Oh, that's funny. There's always usually a mound. There's just you guys just pitch on a line.
Yeah.
So funny.
The mounds are on the other fields. Like there's like a slow pitch. Like the places we go, there's like a slow pitch field and like a recreational, like actual baseball.
Yeah, it's
field.
funny that it's still not a mound. It's like a white mound, so you know where
No,
to pitch.
it's
from.
there's just like a pitching. Like I mean, there's like a pitching thing.
That's all a mound.
Yeah, but like
What do you think a mound is?
I thought you meant like more of like an
A mound
actual
of dirt?
mound. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, well, you can see how I thought the mound of dirt was the mound. That's not that far-fetched to think that.
I love how you just want to accept that you're a dumb fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But fight it as long as you want.
I
buddy.
will fight it till the day I die.
Such a dumbass. So the coaches, right, he digs in. Coaches are all looking at each other. He throws. Pop! The whole tryout stops. Everybody. What the fuck? Coaches all look at the scanners, look at each other. They go, couple more, right? He's like, throws a couple more. They're looking at the scanners. The catcher catches one and even like gives him a thumbs up and then throws it back, right? Like,
Right.
man, right? And then Jimmy's like, you can tell he doesn't even want to be there. He's like, you guys want me to keep going? And they're like, just a couple more, Jim. So he's killing, just throwing bang, bang, bang. His son is on the gate like, so happy. It's the cutest kid you've ever seen,
Right.
bro. Just like, his dad's killing it, you know? Finally, they go, that's enough, Jim. That's good. He's like, all right. He's like drenched in sweat now, you know? He starts running off. He goes to his kids. The catcher runs up to him. He's like, hey, pitch. Can I holler at you? He stops. He goes, man, you were really bringing the heat, man. And he's like, whatever, bro. I'm sure you've seen a lot of, good pitchers today. And he goes, I'm just saying, pitch. You had him talking, brother. You had him really talking. And then he kind of ignores it and walks off, right? Yeah. So he asks finally, as he walks to his truck, one of the coaches runs up. The coach was talking to him earlier. He goes, hey, Jim. Hey, man, how fast were you throwing back in the day? He goes, not fast enough to make it to the majors. That's for damn sure. And he laughs. He goes, no, but honestly, Jim, how fast were you throwing back in the day? He goes, I don't know, 85, 86. Why? You just threw 98 miles an hour. And Jim's like,
What? Yeah.
he's like, wait, you threw 98 miles an hour a dozen times in a row. A dozen. He's like, we checked all the scanners. They're all working. And he's like, okay. He goes, let me tell you something. There's a solid chance, Jim, you'll be getting a call. Jim's like, there's no way I'm be getting a call, blah, blah, blah. He goes, look, Jim, if I call the Tampa Devil Rays right now and I tell them I got a science teacher here throwing 98 miles an hour, I got a science teacher here throwing harder than I've ever seen any pitcher throw in my life, they're going to laugh me off to the moon and they're going to fire me in an instant. But also, if I don't call the Devil Rays and tell them that I found a guy throwing 98 miles an hour, they're going to fire me anyway. Jim, I think you're going to be getting a call. I love that, because he was like, damn, that's a good point. You're throwing 98 miles an hour, nigga.
Someone has to be told.
It's my job. You throw 98 miles an hour.
Yeah, there was a fan at some sort of game recently. We were talking about this, right?
What?
Was it with you? I thought it was you. There was like a promotion for like the Pirates or some team, and the fan threw 98 miles per hour like a bunch of times.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
And they got signed by the Athletics.
Yeah.
Minor league. Yeah, that shit's real.
It's real. It's real.
That shit is real.
Did you know this is a true story?
No, I didn't know this is a true story.
It's all true.
Oh, well, yeah, you should have led with that. Jesus.
Down to his name in real life is Jim Morris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
true. It's all true, baby.
Now I'm going to look him up.
Whole story. So he tells him, solid chance of being the call, blah, blah, blah. So Dennis is just looking baffled,
Right.
And then the coach goes, well, I'll tell you what, son. You figure out what happened today on that mound. You let me know. And he walks off, right? Dennis is just like, what? And his daughter and his son are just smiling at each other. Cut to the mom gets home. She beats him home.
Mm-hmm.
She checks the voicemails. You have 7 new messages. Boop. First one. It's him. Hey, honey, I got the kids with me. We're going to stop and get a pizza. We'll be home shortly. Love you. Second message. Hey, how's it going, Jim? This is Ted Burgess from the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. We're just calling here to get in touch with you. We want to see if you wouldn't mind coming out and doing another little tryout for us. Thank you. Boop. Hey, Jim, this is another coach from Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Man, we really like what we saw today. She hits another. Boop. Hey, Jim, Tampa Bay Devil Rays here again. We really just want to get in touch with you, man. We really want to see you as soon as possible. Can we talk to you tonight or maybe tomorrow? Boop. Jim, we really. And then she's just like what the great shot.
Right.
Just like, because you imagine just being like, why are there 6 messages from the Devil Rays?
Yeah.
And why are they really trying to get a hold of you?
Yeah, of my husband. Like, what's happening?
So right then, the daughter runs in, right? The daughter runs in, she's got pizza, and she gives it to the mom. Big smile. She goes, Daddy said give you a pizza, and then he told me to say nothing else. They got to say it too. It's really good. That's funny. And then the mom smiles. She goes, is that so? And then the dad looks down, and he goes, go ahead and tell her, kids. And then I love that both kids run up. Daddy took us to a baseball practice, and there were all these baseball players, and then Daddy was throwing like 1,000 miles an hour, and it was like so fast, Mommy. And then he's just like smiling, and the kids are like just going crazy. It's a great, that would be such a cool moment.
Yeah, with
as
the
a dad,
kids.
your kids are just like,
Yeah.
And so the mom's just listening, and she's smiling. And then later that night, it's just them two, right? And he's telling her, he's like, honey, I threw a 98 mile an hour fastball. And she's like, what? He's like, baby, do you know how many people can throw a 98 miles an hour fastball? And she goes, how many? He goes, you can probably count them on both hands. She goes, really? He goes, yeah. Oh my God. He goes, I can't believe it, honey. She goes, those are real scouts. They really want me. This is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And the wife gets nervous. She goes, wait. Are you actually considering this? And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know. Baby, I've never thrown that hard before. And then the wife doesn't say anything, but, she can tell she's like, oh, well, I guess so. And she just doesn't want it.
Right.
And then she walks off.
Right.
He's just kind of looking at her like, fuck. So that night before he goes to bed, he's watching tape just over and over again of pictures of like a pitcher running to the mound. Like they call him out, and he runs and he's just watching it late night by himself.
Man.
I knew you'd love it. I know you'd fall in love with him, aren't you?
It's like, dude, if you have a dream, how do you stop?
How do you stop, man?
How do you stop?
So he does another tryout in the rain. Next scene, it's raining on him. He's throwing 97 miles an hour fastballs in the rain, Baba. Like 50 of them in a row.
Jesus.
Right?
And add a tryout?
Another trade, but it's just him. Now it's just him.
Okay.
It's only him and the coaches. So it's like
Okay.
they're
They're like watching him.
this is if they're gonna get somebody, it's the guy throwing 90 mile an hour fast.
Yeah.
I mean, whether the kid, because it's like you got some 21-year-old who's throwing 90, but 98 and 90, the difference is so insane. It's crazy.
Do sports teams like this still have open tryouts like that?
Sometimes.
Or is that like a bit of movie magic?
It's a bit of, but no, it's also real. I mean,
also real,
you just said it the other day that
Yeah.
it's a bit like that happened in the story Invincible, which is a movie we're gonna do.
Right,
That's a
football
true
crap.
story.
I know the
but
concept
yeah,
of
that
it,
stuff
yeah.
happens all the time, bro.
Okay.
All the time. So he's driving by his dad's place late at night, right? That night after the tryout, and he finally goes up to the door, and his dad's like, "What are you doing out here?" He's like, "I don't know what to do, Dad." And because the grandpa was like, "I heard about everything that's going on. The Devil Rays want you, blah blah blah. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna play?" And he's like, "Dad, I don't know what to do." And then the dad goes, "Are you asking me?" He's like, "Yes, sir." And the dad, he stops for a second. He goes, "Well, son, your grandpa told me once, it's okay to think about what you want to do, but when it's time, you got to do what you're meant to do." He goes, "And I know that might not be what you want to hear right now." And Dennis Quaid looks at him, he's pissed. And he walks off. He doesn't say anything. What do you think he meant by that?
You got to be a family man.
Yeah.
You can't live your dream.
Grandpa's still a grandpa. He's still, you know what I mean? When it
Yeah.
comes to his son, he's still the same. So he goes, that night he's going off on
That's
his wife.
rough. Yeah.
He's going off on his wife about how his dad's a piece of shit for saying that to him. How could he say that to him? His dad always knows how to crush his dreams. The moment there's something good happening for him, he never wants it. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
all these things going off. And then the wife agrees with the grandpa. And he goes, "What?" And then she's like, "Your father has a point." She's like, "We can't eat dreams, honey. You know we're broke. You know we're behind on bills. You know this. You know that. We have 3 kids." And then and she's like, "And you're making me be the bad guy, and I don't want to be the bad guy." She's like, "But you got hurt, and when you got hurt, it ruined my life too." And then she's going off. Yeah, I disagreed with her as well.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, first off, you're not the one throwing 90 mile an hour fastballs. So why don't you
Yeah.
shut the fuck up?
Yeah, ruin my life too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she goes, "Truth is, I was happy when you quit. Did you know that? When you quit baseball, I was happy. I don't want to see you get hurt again." She leaves. He sits. He's just like, "What the fuck do I do?" She goes to her son's room. She's looking at her son. His son's asleep. She's looking at all the baseball stuff. And on top of like her son's bed, he has all just this stuff about his dad. Just baseball stuff from his dad. You know what I mean? Just the biggest fan, clearly.
Cool.
And she's looking at it and she's just feeling bad. You can tell she's just on her face. She's just like, And then she goes back outside. Dennis is sitting outside and Dennis goes, "Look, I'm sorry." And she's like, "Stop. You should do this." He goes,
Hey, what a quick turnaround.
"Kid will do that."
Yeah. Yeah.
She goes, "You should do this." He goes, "What?" But he goes, "But honey, you're right, blah, blah, blah." She goes, "Our son saw a miracle. He saw you possibly make a pro baseball team." She goes, what are we saying to him if you don't do this, if you
Right.
don't try?
Right.
What are we telling him the rest of his life? And then he goes, I can't leave you here with all this, honey. 3 kids, blah, blah, blah. She goes, "I'm a Texas woman. I can handle it." Right? He smiles. He's like, "Okay." And she's like, "Okay." She walks off. Right? So the next morning, he kisses his kids. They're asleep. He hugs his wife. He heads out early in the morning to Orlando for AA ball. He took the job.
Damn, he's starting in AA. That means they like him.
They really like him.
Yeah.
So the players ask if, they're asking like, oh my God, why is this old guy here? Blah, blah, blah. As he's walking through the locker room, he's getting a lot of shit.
Right.
He runs out on the field. He's warming up. The fans are talking shit about like, who's this fucking old guy? Oh my God. Why is there a 50-year-old man out there? You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So he's watching. The team he plays for, they're getting homers hit on him. And then the coach goes, all right, Jimmy, you're out there. They make the announcement. Now pitching, Jimmy Morris. He runs to the mound, and it's the opposite of the like the MLB one he was watching. Remember when he was watching that guy late night?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. It's like when we do shows with Brendan Schaub, and then when we do the Peabody show.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he runs up to the mound, but like people are yelling and throwing shit,
Yeah,
and like
people aren't paying attention.
no one cares.
Yeah,
and
it's minor league baseball.
Oh, God.
You just go because the tickets are free and it's something to do.
There's mascots running, like he has to like dodge like a mascot's like racing like little go-karts. He has to dodge that on his way out. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like people are laughing at him, and it's just the opposite of what
He envisioned.
Yes.
Right.
So his first pitch almost it goes really high and almost like takes out a fan.
Right.
And the crowd just boos him immediately. Just boo. He's just like that night he's calling his wife and she's like, honey, your first game, they let you pitch. Oh my God, how was it? Was it great? And he's like, it was great. And she's like, oh my God, did you get to run out in the field? Did they call your name? I sure did, honey. I ran out. She's like, oh my God, did they cheer? They cheered. He's just like answering everything. Just like, he's like, tell the kids I'll call them tomorrow and I love you guys. And, I'll let you know whatever city I'm in tomorrow. I don't even know where we're going. And she's like, okay. And you can tell he's already just like, this sucks. Which is probably how it does feel.
That minor league life is rough.
Oh, buddy.
That is rough.
I'm assuming it's like the minor league comedian life. Rough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Rough.
Yes.
Compared to the Brendan Schaub life,
Yeah,
which
compared
is
to the A-Rod life, whatever the fuck.
that.
Yeah, which is nice.
So he sits on the bus that night. He's contemplating, and he's just thinking. It's just flashbacks of him pitching as a kid.
Right.
Hours and hours and hours. Just morning to night. He's just pitching as a kid, That's what it takes, though. If you're going to be this good anyway, that is what it takes.
Yeah.
So the next game, he's kicking ass. And the coach is starting to like him, like a lot. Next game again, kicking more ass. The minor league coach really likes him. He gets called up to AAA ball.
Ooh, damn. Put
Different
in that
team,
work.
different city, better baseball, better pay.
Right.
Way better stadiums,
Yeah.
better play. He's playing around better players now, the whole thing. So, but now he's also getting hit. Like he was just striking out of everybody when he was pitching. Now he's starting to get hit.
Right.
All right. So that night he's on the phone with his son in a pay booth, whatever, and he's talking to he's doing math homework with his son. He's helping.
Okay.
him. The players behind him waiting in line are getting pissed. Come on, man, hurry the fuck up. Let's go, dog. Come on, other people gotta use the phone, man. He helps his son, and then he talks to his wife, and his wife knows that he heard he had a bad game, blah blah blah, and he's like, things are okay, and he's like, how are things? He's like, but how are things going with you? She's like, things are great. He goes, honey, how are things really going? She's like, we're a little behind. He goes, how much, honey? She goes, well, they took the bed, but not the nightstand. Put it like that. And he's like, okay, we'll get through this. I promise, we'll get through this. She's like, he ain't making much money.
Right.
He's like, I love you. He's making less than he was as a teacher.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
So he's like, I love you. I love you too. He's all disheveled. He looks tired as shit. He opens the door. The next guy is this young black guy. He's going off on him. Hey, bro, we all got to use the phone. What the fuck, man? We all got to get to bed and, all this shit. Keep your talk to 10 minutes. He walks off. He doesn't say anything. He goes, oh, now you all talked out? You can talk all night with your girlfriend, but now you got nothing to say? And he stops. And he's like, it was my son. He needed help with his math homework. I'm sorry. He turns and he walks off. And then the black dude's like, immediately feels like shit. Because I'm like, I was like, that is how you diffuse that. Like,
Yeah.
I yelling at you, be like, I'm sorry, and here's why.
Yeah.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah. I was like, oh man,
Do you feel better?
yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do? Tell a dad he can't help his son with math homework?
Yeah, is that what you were? Is that what you want to say,
Yeah.
bro? Is that what you want to tell me now? Also, use the phone. It's over. I'm walking off.
Yeah, it's
you know.
bad.
So the black dude feels bad, and then the next day they're at practice, and a bunch of players are standing like by the batting cage, and they're hitting, and they see a bunch of reporters come in, and this one player starts talking shit about, they're all there to see me. I went 5 for 5 last game. They're for sure here to see me. Blah blah blah, and they're like, Jim, reporters want to talk to you. And Jim, he runs over, you know, and then of course all the players start talking shit. They're like, oh, why they want to see Jim? Fucking publicity stunt. They just want to see him because he's an old man. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And then the dude who got into an incident with him at the phone, he has his back. He's like, yeah, I mean, he is an old man, but that old man can pitch. He's been winning some games. The last 4 games, he won. I mean, he came in and relieved it. You got to give him that. And the dude's like, man, they all go, man, whatever. You might give, that guy sucks. Just a publicity. They don't give it to him. And the black dude was like, all right, I'm just saying. You had that look of like, okay.
Yeah.
He is throwing 98 miles an hour, and we did win the last 3 games. So.
Right, so fucking eat dicks.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So they get to the next city. And he's wore out. You can tell Dennis Quaid, he just looks wore out. And everybody else is like, they're all getting their bags off, and everybody else is doing it like real quick and like young, like spryly. And he's just like, like just taking forever to do everything. Right. And then the Brooks guy, that's the black guy, he sees him and he's like, come on, old man River, what's going on? And he's like, I'm just tired, man. He messes with him. He's like, well, come out to eat with us. Come out to eat and have a drink with us tonight. So him and they take him out to have a drink, right? And then they're messing with him. They're like, yo, what was it like watching Babe Ruth play and shit? You know what I mean? And they're like, and he's like,
yeah.
They're just giving him shit. And he starts giving him shit back. And they're like laughing, having a good time. And then one of the guys goes, man, bro, if the rest of the team, you knew you were this funny, I don't think they would be talking all that. And he stops and he goes, talking all that what? What are they saying, man? And he goes, Brooks, tell me, what are they saying? And then the Brooks dude's like, look, man, everybody just thinks you're some kind of publicity stunt or whatever. They talk a lot of shit. And he goes, yeah? What you think, Brooks? And Brooks is like, man, you're too fast for me. That's all I know. And he kind of smiles like, goddamn right I am. Yeah. So the next game, it's the next game, right? And they're showing how cold Brooks is. The Brooks dude, he's clearly like a bad motherfucker. So he's while he's watching Brooks make like a cool double play, he looks up in the stands and he sees a kid watching the game with his son. And the son's like his son's age. Yeah. And the dad's like showing his son how to put the baseball glove on. The son's like all happy. And he's like all happy. And then Dennis Quaid, great shot. He's just, just right into it. So, which I can imagine.
Yeah, I miss my kids.
Oh, that scene got me to the too. It's like, oh, that would hurt, bro.
Yeah.
That would, to see another dad too, like, oh. So he's talking to the coach that night and he's telling him like, Coach, do I have a child getting called up, blah, blah, blah. And the coach is like, well, you never know. And he goes, look, Coach, I got a good job back home, man. And it's waiting for me, and they said I can come back, and I got unpaid bills that I gotta pay, and my family's hurting with money, and I'm only getting paid nothing really here. And he goes, and I haven't seen my family in 3 months, man. And he's like, and I'm a family man. I'm not that kind of person. And the coach is like, yeah, but you're a great pitcher, man, and we still have some seasons left. You can tell the coach likes him. He's like, you're great, and just a little bit of season left, and come on, you should hang in there. And he's like, I know, but, and then he says, but my dad wants, the great man told me, and he says the quote that his dad said, you know. And he's like, The coach goes, well, you were my best relief pitcher. I want you to know that. He's like, thanks, coach. And he leaves, and the coach is like, and he gets back to work. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I lost one. So he calls his wife. He goes, honey, I'm coming home. She goes, oh my God, did you get hurt? He goes, no, I'm fine. He goes, it's time. And then she goes, okay, well, do you think it's time? Are you sure about this? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, honey, I'm sure. I'm home in 2 weeks. I'm done. He's like, but I'm done. And she goes, well, I think you should keep pitching at least till then. He goes, no, honey, I'm done, blah, blah, blah. She goes, honey, you got at least, you put in this time, 2 more weeks, just pitch for 2 more weeks, then be done, then come home. What does it matter? And then he goes, well, can you handle it, blah, blah, blah? And she's like, I can handle the kids. Don't worry about me. You stay out there. I'm a Texas woman. Yeah. And then he gets like, oh, but honey, I'm wasting my time out there, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, well, I want you home. Don't get me wrong, but it's got to be for the right reasons. You're the one that has to live with this for the rest of your life. And he's like, oh, you're right, baby. All right. So at a bar, he's watching the news, and it's the story about him, right? And it shows everybody at his hometown, everyone in his hometown watching it, and they're all just so excited for him. And like all the players from his team, they're watching it. They're so happy for him. And then he leaves, right, at the bar, and it's like still like 8 o'clock, and he goes and he sees lights, and he walks to the lights, and it's a Little League game going on. And he's just watching the end of it, and he's smiling. And then the next day he comes into the game, the double A team, triple A team, and he's really happy. And he's just dominating. And all the players from home are listening, and his son is counting all his strikeouts each game, and he's just killing it, right? So the coach calls Jimmy in the office after one of the games. Jimmy, close the door. Yes, sir. He goes, well, Jimmy, the big club called today. And Dennis Quaid's like, they're calling up Brooks. Dennis Quaid's like, that's great. That's great. You know, he deserves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He goes, coach goes, well, you know, he respects you, and I thought you should be the one to tell him. Yes, sir, coach. He turns. He goes, well, you know, since you're going with him and all.
Woo! Classic bait and switch, baby. Saw it coming, still felt good.
Still felt good.
Yeah,
I knew you saw it coming.
yeah.
Also, you definitely, I mean,
Yeah.
where else is this movie going?
Yeah, right? Right?
But it's one of those movies, I can still see it in your eyes. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Worked all that hard work.
Way to get him.
Dude, I love anything that gets Hassan Ahmad is hard work.
Right.
Any movie where the guy or the girl works their ass off
Yeah.
and it pays off, that fucks you up every time.
Yeah, every time. That's what I care about.
Hard work. You like hard work.
I like hard work.
So he, oh God, I'm about to really fuck you up, dude. I'm trying to hold it back for myself on this next scene. So he's like, his eyes get big as shit. You know, Dennis Quaid, he killed it, man. He's huge eyes. He's like, you know, we're going to fly you out. He said, they're going to fly you out to the next game. And he's like, where? And the coach goes, Texas. Dennis Quaid just laughs to himself. Thanks, coach. Huge smile. Calls his wife. He goes, honey, you know that blue sport coat I never wear? And she's like not really paying attention. She's dealing stuff with the kids. And she's like, what? And he laughs to himself. He says, honey, the blue sport coat. You got to pay attention. The blue sport coat I never wear. Do you know where it is? She's like, yeah, I know where it is. What? He's like, well, can you bring it to Arlington tomorrow for me? She goes, what? And she freezes. She goes, honey. And he's quiet. He starts like laughing. And she goes, honey, you tell me right now. What? He goes, well, apparently, sweetie, there's a dress code in the majors. She breaks down. She's like, what? She's like, oh my God. She's like, honey. He's like, I know. He's like, look, I can't talk to everybody. I got to leave in an hour. So you just got to tell everybody for me, okay? You got to tell everybody, but I got to go. She goes, of course. But honey, first, you know you got to tell one person first. Hold on. Hunter?
Oh,
right there.
Oh, man.
This, I look over, Sam's like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Son walks up, hey, Dad, what's going on? Dennis Quaid, he's balling. He's like, hey, son, I got some good news. He's like, what? Your dad, he's going to be a major league pitcher. And the son goes, cool. Such a little kid, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, who are you going to be playing for? And he's like, I'm going to be playing. He's crying. He's like, the Devil Rays, son. Your dad's going to be a Devil Ray. He's like, that's so cool. What's a Devil Ray? And then it kind of fades out as he's just telling him what a Devil Ray is.
Right.
And the son goes, whoa, my dad's a big league pitcher? It's like, that's right, son. And he just, like, it fades out. Oh, right? The moment the mom goes, you got it. I love that. She goes, wait. You can't hang up.
Yeah.
Because that's the mom, too. Like, you got to, I'd rather you tell him
Yeah.
than me. Because he's got to know.
Yeah.
So the team, of course, the city finds out, town finds out. So the whole high school team is driving through the town, going fucking crazy. The whole team, you know what I mean? Just going crazy. And they're putting up flyers all throughout the town.
Right.
Handing them out at school. You got to come to the coach's game. Got to come to the
Right.
coach's game. Coach is playing in the game against the Rangers. Got to come, you know? Whole town.
Yes. Yes.
So him and Brooks get to the stadium. Ranger Stadium.
Right.
Beautiful stadium, which I've been to. It's a very beautiful stadium.
Never been
I've
there.
been to a game there. It's awesome. Great.
That's on my list.
Oh, you'll love it. They
Yeah.
have beautiful stadium.
Yeah, I wanna
like
do-
a Petco.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Yes. I want to do like that's one of the things, like when I'm old and retired, all
know.
30 parks.
I wish we were out with Shab. It lined up where we could catch a game, but it hasn't lined up yet. It
Hasn't
will
lined up.
eventually.
Eventually.
We're
Yeah.
going to be able to go to a baseball game, but it hasn't yet, which sucks. So him and Brooks, they walk in the locker room and they're just like, you know, and they see their jersey, their locker numbers. They're, you know, holy shit, Devil Rays. I can't imagine. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's the fucking devil. Major League Baseball, man. So he's warming up in the bullpen, right? Coaches, the Devil Ray coaches are watching him. They're impressed. They're like, holy shit, this guy's got a cannon. His wife sees him. Jimmy Morris! And then she runs up to the gate and he's like, oh, he fucking jumps up on like a cooler and he fucking like climbs it up a little bit. And he's just so happy. He's holding his wife's hand and she's like, look at you, you know, oh my God. And then his kids are there and she's like, look, hey daddy. And he's like, he just doesn't even say anything. He's just like, you know what I mean? Just smiling. And then, all right, they're like, all right, doesn't daddy look great? And the kids are like, daddy looks so cool. And then, oh, God, yeah, bro, daddy looks so cool. He's just got the Devil Rays jersey on. It's like, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So the mom's crying. She's like, well, kids, we got to let your daddy get to work, don't we? And then right then, cut to, you see his high school players. they're all coming into the stadium.
Right.
And they're just all like they all, it's a beautiful shot, man. They all stop and it tears you up too because they all just like he did, like they all like, damn, he did it, bro.
Off a bet.
He did it off a bet. He really did this shit off a bet, bro. And you gotta fuck with the team because that was a good team.
Yeah.
They held their end of the bargain.
Yeah. Everyone held their end of the bargain.
Everyone held their end of the bargain, man.
Right.
So I told you this movie's gonna fuck. I told him beforehand. I said, I'm about to fuck you up. And look
Yeah.
at him. He can't even get through it.
I'm doing my best. I am doing my
It's
best.
baseball and hard. It's everything that'll fucking make you tear up.
Yeah. Good Lord.
So they show flash cut to the game now. Game started. Jimmy's just watching from the dugout and from the bullpen. And the Rangers the Rangers jump up on him. They're killing the Devil Rays.
Right.
Bullpen gets a call. Morris, warm up. The mom and the little kid, they're, mommy, daddy's in the bullpen. They see him warming up. Everybody starts freaking out. Like people from the town, the old guy's general store. Pretty much, they're just like, oh my God, he's in the bullpen. He's so little. So the Rangers score some more runs. Mm-hmm. They get a call. Morris, you're in. Love the sound cuts out. All you hear is him breathing. You know what I mean? Just,
yeah.
He opens the door, the outfield where they come out.
Yeah.
Opens it, runs out, place goes ape shit. Place goes ape shit for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just hometown boy.
Hometown boy,
Jimmy Moore,
and they all know.
Oh yeah, everybody. So many people from the town are there. I mean, so everybody, they're all crying. Everyone from the town, the team's crying. The old men, their wife, everybody just hugging each other. He's running out. He's looking at himself on the jumbotron, seeing his name. You know what I mean? It's big face there, and it's just like, whoa, bro. Right. And he's just like he's stoic, but you can see it just like, wow, it's
right.
This is really happening right now. Yeah,
this is real.
So he gets to the mound, and the coach for the Devil Rays, he's meeting him there, and he goes,
right.
Dennis is looking around like, holy shit. And the coach goes, a little louder than back home, huh? And he's like, yes, sir. He goes, well, you remember that fastball you showed me a little while ago? Yes, sir. Well, I need 3 of them. Hands him the ball.
Right.
You love it,
Right.
Walks off. Throws a strike. People go crazy. Crazy. Another strike. Everything. Sound cuts again. You just hear him breathing. Pop! Strike 3! He fucking walks off in slow-mo like an assassin. Place is going nuts. His boy Brooks comes up, gives him a huge hug, After the game, it's now into the locker room, the news jumps all on him. Of course, because he would be the biggest story
the
out
biggest
of that.
story,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, that would be SportsCenter top 10 news. That would be crazy news,
Right.
So reporters are all on him, and they're like, how do you feel? How do you feel? How's your arm feel? And then he looks over and he sees his dad waiting in the wings. He goes, excuse me, guys. Walks over to his dad. Sir? Jimmy? Right? I didn't know you were going to be here. Dad looks at him. I wasn't missing this one. Right? Dad's trying not to cry, which I love, And he goes, son, watching you tonight, not many fathers get that. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. You're right, Jess. Oh. And then he goes, I guess I let too many of these things get away. And then Dennis Quaid's like, it's okay. So did I. And the dad goes to leave, and he goes, hey, Dad. And he gives him the game ball. And his dad's like, he goes, thanks for coming. His dad smiles, kind of throws it up and catches it, and then just walks off. And he just watches his dad. He's just kind of throwing the ball to himself as he's walking off. So happy. You know what I mean? Just beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. I love that little, it just made it a little even more like,
real.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And then Dennis smiles, and he goes up to his wife, and his wife is like, so this mean I don't get a game ball? And then he just grabs her and just makes out with her, just starts kissing. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, well, how does it feel to be the oldest rookie in 30 years? And he laughs, and he's like, I feel tired, honestly. She laughs. And then he's like, where's everyone? Where's the kids? And she's like, oh, they already went home. I dropped them off, whatever, boop. He's like, really? I wanted to see them. She's like, oh, they had to get home. You know that. And then he goes outside. The entire town is there. He's like, and we're talking about like maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people.
Oh,
they're all, and he's just like tearing up, you know what I mean? And they all run up and they're hugging him and they're cheering him, And they're holding him up, right? And as he's holding his kids and he's hugging them, fades out. They're back at Big Lake High School. Camera zooms in on the trophy case.
Right.
You see the Devil Rays jersey, Morris, number 63, a hat. Next to it, the picture of the boys and their district title. It zooms in, and the camera kind of fades out on Coach Morris. It fades back in. The Nuns are walking on the field from the beginning. Jim Morris pitched in the major league for 2 seasons.
Damn.
He lives once again with his family in Texas. That's The Rookie.
Oh my God. The end had me like Rudy, man. I'm gonna be fucking bawling.
Oh, you're gonna love it, dude.
I'll be
It's such a good movie.
bawling.
Oh, you're gonna cry again when you see it in real life. Oh God, it's such a good. It's a legitimate, no bullshit. It's legitimately a great movie. Great movie. Loved it. Loved how they did it. Loved how they shot it.
What year was it made?
It was made in, let's see, buddy, 2002.
2002. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What'd you think, man?
It felt like Rudy.
Wow, you liked it
felt-
that much?
I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean the
Right.
storytelling. The storytelling. Just
Right.
so far. This half of Rudy.
It felt like Rudy because it's just a guy. He has a dream. He's not well suited for the dream, and he works hard and he achieves it. And man, that's what life's about.
Sam even said too, I love the players in this.
Right.
The players you follow, I mean, they get you just about because they kept their end of the deal.
Yeah.
And that is what life's about. Like, they, you know what I mean? What a lesson learned for everybody. Like, the players who are a part of that in real life, they get
Yeah.
to walk away with that forever. They're like, oh, I can do anything. I saw
Yeah.
my coach go to the fucking majors at 40.
Yeah.
I can do anything.
Yeah. And then played 2 seasons.
Goddamn right he
The
did.
fuck, he played 1 game. That's enough.
2 seasons with the Devil Rays. Get out of here.
That's just the second you see him walk on the first time. That's all you need to be.
That's
like,
all. That's a movie can end it right there.
I can fucking do this.
Yep.
If I want to leave this town, I can fucking do it.
I want to start a business. I want to, whatever. It doesn't have to be, whatever
I
it
can
is.
do, I saw fucking Coach Morris do the impossible.
Do the impossible. Do the impossible. Oh, I can't wait for you to watch it, buddy. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. The Rookie.